District in western Kansas. We are a rural community with a strong agricultural foundation and outstanding business, medical, and government sectors to support it. District enrollment hovers just below the 1,000 student mark, and many of our students achieve high academic success and showcase amazing talent in the classroom, performances, competition, and the application of knowledge. Included in this is the Beaver Broadcast Network, our audio-visual class responsible for creating this video. My tenure in Scott City has gone from inheriting and recovering from a major budget crisis where jobs and salaries were cut to creating a strategic plan with a future focus that has led us to success. Over the past 10 years, our plan led us to add 14 staff positions, increase staff salaries by an average of 4% each year, and maintain cash balances to protect any budget downfall that may arise. Our facilities have improved from being nearly condemned to extraordinary. In 2017, we passed a $25 million bond election to improve safety, space, and efficiency. In 2023, we completed a $1.3 million turf project with 100% local donations. And we have upgraded HVAC systems and roofs, student and staff furniture, technology, and our transportation fleet along the way. Our community is extremely proud of the facilities we offer the students of our district. Taking care of these issues has allowed us to focus upon and enhance our main priority, the education of our students. Our strategic plan clearly defines our purpose as a school district into two essential functions, future and health. And we run all decisions we make for the sake of our students through these functions. Updating curriculum and investing in professional development has resulted in a 93% graduation rate and a 60% post-secondary effective rate. This exceeds our confidence range. The success in our classrooms is assuring the success in our community. 38% of our teaching staff graduated here, and our local workforce is loaded with Scott City alumni. Our school system is maximizing the potential of this amazing community. Go Beavers!
Seed. And then Hoisington at number 13 and Kingman at number 14. Hoisington or Kingman, depending on what happens tonight, they'll be 13 or 14 seeds. So right now, Scott City sitting on that number 6 spot. If it were seated right now to the second, they would be taking on the Norton Lady Blue Jays here next Thursday in Scott City. All right, let's get to this girls game, coming up here tonight. The Lady Beavers and the Lady Blue Jays meeting up here. This is going to be meeting number 30 all time between the two programs. Cimarron has a lead of 17-12, but Scott City has won the last 3 ball games. They haven't won 4 straight since 2019-2020. Scott City trying to duplicate that from last year again to this year. Last year it was all Scott City, earlier this year, the Lady Beavers hung on. They had an 18-point lead. They got cut down to 4 in the fourth quarter, but hung on and won it 59-50 back on the 7th of January at Cimarron. They were led that night with Scott City by Avery Lewis, Megan Trout, and Chris Irvin, each with 12 points. And that was Chris's career high of 12 points. And then that was Janae Fugit with 12 and Tegan Eskin with 13 for Cimarron in that game back on the 7th of January. Like I kind of said in the pregame interview, it feels like it's been forever since they've played. And that's definitely been the case. It's been about 6-7 weeks ago. But Scott City trying to gain some momentum and heading into the postseason and get that number 6 spot, which would be a pretty good spot for them coming in here to tonight. Lady Beavers survived a late run last night as well. By Hugoton after Scott City built up a 24-point lead in the third quarter. It got down to 9 in the fourth quarter with a 15-0 run by Hugoton, but Scott City was able to respond and pull away late and win 49-38 in that game last night, where Katie Weathers had a new career high. She tied a career high with 13 points. She led Scott City in scoring off the bench, and Avery Lewis added 12 points for Scott City as they picked up the W there last night in Hugoton. So it'll be interesting to see what Scott City can duplicate here tonight as they look for win number 12. They have matched their win total from last year. They've eclipsed their win total by 1 win in the regular season. And so they're trying to do one better here tonight. But Lady Beavers in the GWAC right now, they'll finish in 4th place, win, lose, or draw here tonight. Other games in the league tonight, you have Colby, who has won the GWAC outright. They host Hugoton. Hugoton and Cimarron. Hugoton and Cimarron are tied right now with 3-8 records in the league. Holcomb is hosting Goodland. If Goodland wins, and Goodland and Holcomb would tie for second. in the league standings. Holcomb 9-2, Goodland 8-3. And then Ulysses, who has a night off, they'll wrap up the regular season on Monday at home against the Syracuse Bulldogs. They finished 0-12 in the league. Those are the boys' standings. This girls' game, back to it a little bit more. Lady Beavers averaging just under 49 points a ball game, and it's been Avery Lewis leading the way. Nobody in double figures this year for Scott City, but it's been a pretty balanced attack. 9.5 points for Avery. Megan Trout just under 8 points a game. Piper Fox just under 8 points a game. Those are the top three scorers coming into tonight for Scott City. As for Cimarron, they are led by Tegan Escom. She averages 12.5 points a game. She's a junior, and then they also have good scoring from a couple of their seniors, including Janae Fugit, averages 7 points a game. That's their second leading scorer. Cimarron, a team that averages just shy of 40 points, but they've played some good basketball. They had a good run in the middle of January where they won 5-6, including a win against Southwestern Heights and a win against Lakin out of the league. And they also beat Maxville. They also beat Larned. They beat Hugoton. They've also lost to Hugoton in February. They lost to them in overtime at home, but won on Monday night, at Hugoton 42-40. Their losses in month of February have been to Hugoton, mentioned there, but also Holcomb and Colby in back-to-back days where they lost 57-45 at Holcomb, and then last Friday night already. It was last Friday, 50-19. It was Colby over Cimarron. But the Lady Beavers just need to come out and get aggressive early here and take control of the ball game and get to win number 12 on the year. Cimarron, very much a formidable opponent, and see what can happen here tonight here. As final game of the regular season, let's go ahead and step aside for a 2-minute timeout. This is Beaver basketball.
I'm driving, but someone texted me. I'll make it quick. Replying to this will only take a second. This can't wait.
According to National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in a year, there are over 1.6 million car accidents involved with cell phones. Around 3,000 people die a year, not including the pedestrians and cyclists that are injured or killed in the accidents. Are you willing to leave your child without a fatherly or motherly figure? Don't text and drive.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Back here into Scott City, here on KSKL Scott City, your starting lineups once again presented by Security State Bank in Scott City and Leota. As we take a look at the lineups, first for the Cimarron Blue Jays, Austin Stebbins in his 4th season, and nice enough of him. He is humble as he is. He decided not to wear his championship belt from the 4-ball. He won the 4-ball in Scott City last summer. And nice enough of him not to come to Scott City and wear that championship belt. But he is assisted by Taylor Jansen, Alicia Forsyth. Starting off, it'll be Kinley Frink. Also, she is a 5'5 junior at 4 points a game. Also, it'll be Tegan Escom, a 5'7 junior, 12.5 points and 4.2 rebounds per contest. Also, Madeline Burkhart, a 5'9 senior at 5.3 points a game. Janae Fugit, a 5'7 senior at 7 points a contest. And Kinsey Jans, she's a 5'9 senior at 2.7 points and nearly 4 boards a game. So once again, actually a little change in the lineup. Tegan Escom also out there as Madeline Burkhart, Janae Fugit, Kinsey Jansen. Actually, it's Crimson Sunday getting the start tonight. She is a 6'1 senior, averages 5 points and 4 boards a game. For Scott City, coached by Justin Frone his first season, assisted by Tricia Good and Matt Fox. It'll be Kendall Gentry, the 5'5 senior, to be the senior starting tonight. Gentry averaging 5.4 points and 2.6 boards a game. Piper Fox, a 5'11 junior, at 8 points and 5 boards a game. Chris Irvin, 5'5 junior, 3.7 points and 2.7 boards. She's actually not starting tonight. Mackenzie Metzger is a 5'6 senior, 3.7 points a game. Avery Lewis, a 5'9 senior, 9.5 points and 3.3 boards. And Megan Trout, the 5'10 senior, at 7.8 points and 5.7 boards a game. Tip is controlled by Cimarron as we're underway. Lady Beavers in their road or home white uniforms, the navy blue numbers and letters on lighter blue trim. Scott City starts up his own. Cimarron with the basketball in their light blue uniforms. Out high, here's a 3 for Janae Fugit. Rims off, rebound, Megan Trout. Keys of the game once again are presented here by State Farm agent Michael Trout, where you go the proven winner. Keys of the game tonight for Scott City. I think the first key is tack the inside here, and the second key for the Lady Beavers is guard the perimeter. This is a pretty decent shooting three-point team at 28%. Actually, yeah, Sunday is the starter there. Lewis turns down the deep three. She's guarded by Burkhart out high. Now Kendall Gentry will take it to the rack. Her runner on the right side is in. And she gets Scott City on the board first with 7:13 to go first quarter at 2-0. So 2-0 lead for Scott City. Lady Beavers in a zone defense. Looks like a 2-3. Left corner, it goes to Madeline Burkhart. Now they work it up top here to Tegan Escom. Escom with it now left wing to Janae Fugit. Dumps it into Crimson Sunday. Gets it stripped and stolen away. Cimarron has had issues with turnovers at times this year. Team that averages just around 21 turnovers a game. 2-0 Beaver lead. We've played a little over a minute here. Mackenzie Metzger with it. Up top to Piper Fox. And it goes to Trout. Faces up. Sunday goes to right. Leaner or runner is good on the right side. She has 4-0 Scott City. 6:35 to go first period. Trout had 4 points last night. She had 12 in the first meeting between these two programs. And Gentry forces the turnover high. Back-to-back Cimarron turnovers here with 6:20 to go first period. A 4-0 Scott City lead. They've hit their first 2 shots from the floor. Gentry into Fox. Ball deflected, but picks it up. Goes to her left. Her runner dings on the back iron and drops in. It's a 6-0 Scott City lead here with 6:11 to go first quarter. So Scott City getting some pretty good shots in the paint there. I believe all 4 of their 6 points have come in the paint. Over the left side, Janae Fugit dumps it into Sunday toward the left block. Her turn on bank shot too strong. Rebound, Avery Lewis grabs her first board. Scott City with a 6-0 lead in the ball. We've played 2 minutes. As Lewis takes it left to right as we see it up top here in Scott City. A lot to play for tonight for both these teams. Cimarron trying to get out of that number 12 hole. Scott City trying to be the number 6 team in the sub-state. Metzger gets a screen for a 3 right wing. No. Rebound, Lewis tracks it down. She has her second board off of Scott City's first minutes. Into Trout, has good position. Pump fake goes up high off the glass too strong. Metzger with the third opportunity. Trying to go around Sunday, and no. Rebound, that's Piper Fox. She'll reverse her layup and get it to go. 4 chances for Scott City, and they lead it 8-0 with 5:15 to go here in the opening period. So 3 offensive rebounds there. The 4th time worked, and Scott City with an early 8-0 lead. 5 minutes to work, first period of play. Up top with the basketball is Madeline Burkhart. Burkhart goes left side off a deflected pass to Escom in the paint to Sunday. It's loose and stolen away by Trout. That's the 3rd turnover in 5 possessions for Cimarron. We're at the 4:50 mark of the first quarter, 8-0 lead. Lewis will just tee up a left wing 3. Swish. And Coach Austin Stebbins wants time. 11-0 up the 21st 3 of the year for Avery Lewis. And a 30-second timeout for Cimarron with 4:43 to go first quarter and 11-0 Scott City advantage. Basketball presented here by Winterland Farms. Also, we want to thank Wilkins Physical Therapy, White's Food Line, Wheatland Electric, Western State Bank, Western Kansas Insurance Service, Baltimore Family Farms, Turner Sheet Metal, Trophy Wine and Spirits, the Solar Beat Foundation, Stevens Veterinary Services, State Farm Insurance, Spencer Pest Control, Specialty Risk Insurance Agency, Sharpshooting Supply. Scott City has hit 5 of their first 8 shots from the field. Cimarron is 0 of 2, but they have 3 turnovers. And a good start for Scott City here with 4:44 to go first quarter. 4:43 to go first quarter. They lead it 11-0. Scott City will set up in their 2-3 zone across half court. The Blue Jays with the basketball. Janae Fugit It's a good runner now into Kinsey Jan's double team. Now with it is Burkhart, and Cimarron throws it away. Their 4th turnover in 6 possessions. 4.5 to go first quarter. Good start for the Lady Beavers. This is one of those nights where you just don't want to let up here. Get out to the big lead and just dominate. Trout up top with it, lobs it into Fox. Goes to her left, bank shot, good. Assist Trout. She had quite a few assists last night. Fox with now 6. It's 13-0. 4:12 to go first quarter. And now Fugit left side, guarded by Gentry. The midway mark of this first quarter. Around the screen up top, it goes to Tegan Escom. Escom in the left block, Sunday, then back to Fugit. 15 to shoot. We're past the midway mark of this first quarter. And now Fugit loses the dribble, picked up by Cimarron. They go behind Burkhart, who saves it into play to Escom. She'll drive in. Her runner is good. And on the right side, she gets Cimarron on the board with 3:45 to go first quarter at 13-2. Inbound in near midcourt to Megan Trout. She'll take it across the 10-second line. She'll weave her way through, then kicks it out right wing to Mackenzie Metzger. Metzger up top to Kendall Gentry. 3.5 to go first quarter. Goes left wing to Avery Lewis. Lewis into Trout. Faces up Sunday, left baseline jumper. Way strong that time. And the rebound on the backside to Kinsey Jans for Cimarron, their first board of the night. 13-2, 3:15 to go. Ball deflected. I'm going to say last touch by Cimarron, turnover number 5. Your officials tonight, Stu Chance, Brett Post, and I'm drawing a blank on the third guy. But I'll tell you what, they're all official. They're all in unison together. They are all clean shaven on the head. Got the same shirts and pants, and probably the same shoes as well. Most uniform officiating crew here. 3 minutes to go first quarter. Some new subs in for Scott City. Chris Irvin and Kaylee Felker in for the first time. And now Felker's pass is deflected but picked up by underneath and save play. Now backside, here's Trout. And she can't get it to go, but she is fouled, says Stu Chance. 2 free throws coming up here with 2:52 to go. Good persistence by Scott City to save the possession. Madeline Burkhart with a foul, her first. Trout to the line where she is 57% on the year. Scott City last night just 3 of 7 at the line. And Trout a little strong, can't get the nice bounce in. And it'll remain 13-2. And is Kinley Frink, the 5'5 junior, for the first time for the Cimarron Blue Jays. Sadie White also in there as well. Trout hits 1 out of 2. She has 3 first quarter points, and it's now 14-2 with 2:50 to go first period. With it left wing is Cimarron now up top. It'll go to Sadie White. Brady Lowe is the third official. That's what I was trying to get. Now Janae Fugit. Scott City stays in their 2-3 zone. Escom. Right block, he goes to White. Now at 3 on the way is airballed. Rebound Felker trying to get it, but fending it off as Frink, who rips it away from Felker. Cimarron has another chance at it. 5 to shoot as they throw it away in the 6th turnover. Tough sledding shooting in the first quarter for Cimarron, just 1 of 4, but they have 6 turnovers. It's 14-2 Beavers as we're just outside of 2 minutes to go first quarter. Irvin picked up her dribble and then was kind of stranded at no man's land. Finds Kaylee Felker up top to Piper Fox. Fox, good position for Trout, goes to her right, backs her way in. Now back to Irvin, to Fox. She tried to split the defenders. Trout at the right elbow, pulls it back out, up top to Irvin. 2 minutes to go first quarter, 12 to shoot. Irvin drives to her left. Bank shot clinks off to the left, and the rebound ripped away by Sadie White for Cimarron. Blue Jays with the ball, 14-2. Scott City lead, minute 48 to go first frame. Frink with it up top, uses up a dribble right side to Janae Fugit. 2 more subs in for Scott City. Next dead ball at the right block to Sadie White, stolen away and another turnover. 7th on Cimarron in this first quarter. Minute 35 to go in the opening frame. Into the front court, goes right side to Kaylee Felker from Chris Irvin. Felker holds it. Still holding it, not a 5 count yet. They get it into Trout. Now she'll go to her right on Sunday. Hangs, bank shot, leaves it short, and the rebound to Sunday did a good job holding her ground there. And now Cimarron with another unforced turnover. And you got to think, man, Austin Stebbins thinking, man, that's been a frustrating first quarter with the turnovers as he hands the ball to the official there. Turnover number 8. Peyton Gentry, Katie Weathers in. Weathers tied a career high last night with 13 points. She also led Scott City in rebounding. And Trout almost loses it, but back it goes to Peyton Gentry. And now Here's Chris Irvin looking to drive in. Kaylee Felker right side. Around the perimeter, just inside the paint. Now Irvin will drive the right baseline. Back to Trout. She'll take the mid-range jumper right side. Short rebound. Peyton Gentry tipped it, but she's going to be called for the push over the back. That'll be her first and Scott City's first team foul. So Scott City's gotten a little cold here. And haven't had a field goal in over 3 minutes. We're at the 62nd mark of the first quarter. 14-2, Scott City with the lead. As out is Crimson Sunday. And back in is Kinsey Jantz now with it. Here's Janae Fugit. Left corner, three is blocked by Katie Weather. She's blocked her second three in as many nights. And the rebound to Scott City. Good defense that time. Here's Irvin with it with 40 seconds into Trout. Goes to her left. Her layup is good. She has 5 in the period. And it's 16-2 with 35 seconds to go first quarter. The shot clock is virtually off. It's a bigger number than what's on the game clock. So Cimarron, if they choose to do so, can take it down to the final seconds. But driving right side, Zescom wraparound almost deflected, and now a Frank 3 is airballed right to Megan Trout, and she'll corral it for her 4th rebound of the first quarter. Scott City with the ball with 8 seconds to go first quarter. Weaving her way through is Peyton Gentry, now to Chris Irvin. She'll penetrate. And ball loose, and that's going to be turnover number 1 on Scott City. 1 second, and the layup is going to be no good at the end of the first quarter. Escom hit the standard hard, and good sportsmanship by Scott City helping her up to make sure she's okay. But couldn't ask for a better start for Scott City. They lead 16-2 after 1. Back in a minute for the second quarter. This is Beaver basketball.
With those lines could result in a tragedy. For more safety information, visit weci.net and click on the Safety tab. An important safety message brought to you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Scott City shooting 50% after the first quarter. Cimarron just 1 of 9 for 11. It'll be Lady Beaver basketball. And it's a 16-2 Scott City lead, 8 minutes into the books. Lady Beavers led by Piper Fox with 6 and Megan Trout with 5. Indicated Weathers goes to her left, turns down a shot. She'll dish it to Gentry, back to Weathers to the left block, now to Peyton Gentry up top to Mackenzie Metzger. Cimarron's points coming from Tegan Escom at about the 3:45 mark of the first quarter, now to Felker just inside the foul line, and that'll bounce in. Felker with their first basket. It makes it 18-2 Scott City with 7.5 to go first quarter. So for a second straight night, Scott City with a hot first quarter. I believe it was 16-1 last night, if I'm not mistaken. And now Katie Weathers steps in front of the passing lane and turnover number 9. Lady Beavers off to a hot start here. With the right side is Kendall Gentry. Gentry will drive in the lane, dish it left side to Metzger. Metzger gets it stripped and stolen away, and turnover number 2 on Scott City. 7:08 to go first half, 16 points. Scott City leads Cimarron on the ball. Escom goes right corner to Janae Fugit. Back up top to Escom, who has 11 points of the night. Talented junior for the Lady Blue Jays. Left wing to Madeline Burkhart, and almost thrown away loose. And good effort by Peyton Gentry. And they're going to say last touch by Fugit, turnover number 10. Been a rough start here in the first 9 minutes of this ball game for Cimarron. Lady Beavers off to a good start, up 18-2. 6:48 to go first half. Left baseline, Kaylee Felker. Nice ball fake. Will drive in, and she'll draw a blocking foul. Cimarron with the lone fouls of the first half. Scott City did not, or correction, they did commit one foul. My mistake there. Foul is charged to Crimson Sunday, her first. Megan Trout, Avery Lewis, Piper Fox, and Kaylee Felker, Peyton Gentry, and Katie Weathers exit. So Scott City with their starting 5 for senior night, the 4 seniors and the junior on the floor. New 35 with 6:43 to go second quarter. Lewis trying to feed it in to avoid a 5 count, and it's too late. And Scott City with their second turnover in the last 3 possessions. Good defense by Cimarron. 18-2. Scott City had an 18-point lead in the second half against Cimarron earlier in the first meeting. That was in the third quarter. Then the Lady Blue Jays got it to within 4, and Eskim's runner on the left side. No. Piper Fox collects her second rebound of the night. 6:25 to go, second quarter, 18-2. Scott City with the lead in the basketball. Metzger with it out high, guarded by Fugit. Bounce pass, it goes to Fox, into Trout. Bullet pass, she goes to her left, now pivots, goes to her right, and gets a nice shot over Sunday for her 7th point. 20-2 with 6:11 to go first half, and what's been nice for Trout tonight, she really hasn't been forcing it like maybe she did a little bit last night. And then Fox uses her wide wingspan, and her and Fugit fight for the basketball. It'll still stay with the Lady Beavers. Good defense out high there for Piper Fox as Cimarron brings in for the first time Brady Burkhart. She's a 5'10 sophomore. This Lady Blue Jay team has a lot of length as Fugit exits. They've got a pretty tall lineup out there right now with not 5'9", but Piper Fox forces 11th turnover. She somehow threads it to Kendall Gentry and then tried to get it behind. It goes to Lewis and somehow to Trout, who misses a shot. Crimson Sunday on the backside board. That would have been quite the old hockey assist if Scott City would have executed that. But Cimarron back the other way, stepping back. A 3 on the way is doesn't draw iron for Burkhart, and it'll go out of bounds to Scott City. Lady Beavers and Lady Blue Jays beating Hugoton their last outings. Krista Irvin in. She'll replace Mackenzie Metzger with 5:37 to go second quarter. (20-2) is your score for Scott City. They get it in the front court here to Kendall Gentry, and good defense by Eskim reading the bounce pass. And she steps in front of Avery Lewis and tips it out of bounds. 23 to shoot. But an 18-point lead here for Scott City into Trout. Goes to her left, goes around Sunday, gets it blocked. Rebound saved into play. Nice job by Madeline Burkhart. And it's Cimarron with the basketball. Down in transition, shot right side. Might have been partially deflected, but the rebound follow no for Brady Burkhart. And they'll get another opportunity, but stripped out of there by Gentry and Lewis with the steal. 12th Cimarron turnover. Boy, it's gone south for the Lady Blue Jays this first half, but Scott City's forced the turnovers. And speaking of turnovers, turnover out high on the Lady Beavers. That's their 4th of the half, and with 5:57 to go before halftime, it's 20-2 for Scott City. Cimarron on close to a 7-minute scoring drought. Madeline Burkhart in it goes, and they're going to throw it away again as Crimson Sunday try to get it out high to Eskim. And that's number 13 for turnovers. Kind of hit a little bit of a lull in this game, just 4 points so far in this second quarter. 4:45 to work in the half. Avery Lewis out high with it, looking for a cutter, finds Trout right just inside the 3-point arc. She'll drive in right side to Irvin. Irvin will drive the right baseline. Dishes it left corner to Avery Lewis for a 3. No. Rebound Sunday on the backside for Cimarron. Lewis had a good look out there, but Scott City with an 18-point lead. 4:20 to go second quarter here at 20-2. Left wing, it's Burkhart now goes left block to Kinsey Jansen. She's almost tied up, and now the bullet pass to Madeline Burkhart loose, and we're going to get a tie up, and they'll stay. Lady Blue Jay basketball, trio of Lady Beavers to check in, along with Kinsey Hessman, a 5'8 freshman for Cimarron in for the first time, as Katie Weathers, Peyton Gentry, and Kaylee Felker in for Scott City. So 20-2, Scott City so far has been putting the pressure here on Lady Blue Jays. Off the inbounds with it is Eskim. And now she's left wide open for a left wing 3, and she'll bury it. She has all 5 of Cimarron's points. They break nearly a 7.5-minute drought with 4:05 to go first half. It's 20-5, and Eskim hits her 12th 3 of the year. Irvin on the other end, nice shot, and she's on the board. Hopefully that gets her confidence going shooting with 3:50 to go second quarter. It's 22-5. And now here's Eskim on the other end, and she gets that one to bounce in. She has 5 in a row, and now it's 22-7 with 3:43 to go first half. So a little confidence in the Blue Jay junior. She has all 7 of Cimarron's points. Bounce pass to Katie Weathers, holds it now, trying to get it to Kaylee Felker. Left side to Peyton Gentry, 3.5 to go first half. Gentry will drive in, her run on the right side. She's fouled, and she'll get 2 free throws. She just had a free throw last night in the win over Hugoton. They're going to get Madeline Burkhart with her second foul. She has 2 of their 3 fouls here in the ball game. Scott City has been whistled for none in the second quarter. And Peyton Gentry, who is a 59% free throw shooter, makes it 23-7 with 3:27 to go first half. Scott City is a team, 66%. They're now 2 of 3 at the line in the half. And the free throw is good. Hits them both. Back to a 17-point game. 24-7. 3:25 to work before intermission. Right side it goes. Kinley Frink back in the lineup. Up top to Brady Burkhart in the paint. Now back right side to Frink for a 3. Short. Rebound tipped around, and this time wrestled away by Chris Irvin as some bodies hit the floor there. And Irvin collects her first rebound of the night. And Scott City they'll say last deflected. Or nope, they say nope, turnover. That's the right call. Turnover number 5 on Scott City. 3:05 to go first half. Win official was pointing one way, one the other. And it goes Cimarron's way. Under 3 to go first half. Short corner almost stripped out there by Lewis on Kinsey Jantz. Now at the right block. With it is Hessman. Almost traveled with it. Left side to Escom. Left corner. Here's a Brady Burkhart 3, a little strong. Rebound. Irvin had it and then lost it and then tracked down by Peyton Gentry. So Scott City with the basketball. Here's Peyton Gentry. She's going to go coast to coast. Lays it up off to the right. And the rebound to Cimarron. Hessman. 2.5 to go second quarter. Scott City with a 24-7 lead. Underneath, there's a shot right side, good for Kinsey Jantz, 24-9, and Cimarron wants a full timeout. With 2:24 to go first half, we'll take it as well. Cimarron putting up a little bit of a fight here in the second quarter. It's 24-9. We'll come back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we offer a full range of products to boost your farming success. As your locally owned Axis Seed regional company, we offer products to support the health and productivity of your crop. With a wide selection from BW Fusion, Meristem Crop Performance, and Pivot Bio, we have everything you need to protect your crop from abiotic stresses and feed it for top yields. Proudly supporting the Beavers, Red Barn Enterprises is your local partner committed to your crops and community.
Good, and we're going to get a push on Cimarron with 2:10 to go first half. So Lewis 1 for 3 on threes. Nope, it is going to be on Scott City, That'll be on Katie Weathers. That'll be her first. Team foul number 2, but Scott City have a little bit of a lull here after they built an 18-point lead. It's down to 15. It's 24-9 as we approach 2 minutes to go first half. See what they can do here on the defensive end. Escom was 7 of Cimarron's 9 points. I don't know why I keep calling him Hugoton, but Frank up top. Working around right side to Brady Burkhart. She'll launch a 3, airballed right into the hands of Carissa Irvin, who grabs her second board. And then loose in the backcourt. That's going to be last touch by Cimarron, they'll say. And it'll remain Lady Beaver basketball with 1:47 to go second quarter. So Cimarron showing a little fight here in this quarter after Scott City had built a 20-2 lead. It's 24-9. But the Blue Jays have scored 7 of the last 11 points. It's been an 8-7 run for Scott City in this second quarter. Ball fake by Kendall Gentry. Finds Avery Lewis. She'll take it just outside the foul line and knock it down for her 5th point. 26-9, 1:32 to go first half, and a good offensive possession for Scott City as they had some good ball movement that time. Lead is at 17. Left wing, Frink. She'll work it around to the right side to Tegan Escom. Escom will lob it over left side to Frink. 20 to shoot. Plenty of time on the clock. Right corner now driving the right baseline is Brady Burkhart. Her shot, no, and the rebound to Kendall Gentry as they let him play here with 1:10 to go first half. Scott City with a 17-point lead in the ball. Now Irvin will tee up a 3. Yes! Oh, what a beautiful 3. Her 12th 3 of the year. She has 5, and it's a 20-point game. Final minute of this first half. So Scott City now with their largest lead at 20. Under a minute to go first half. Left side to Burkhart. Gentry almost gets the steal, but retrieved by Tegan Escom. Back to Brady Burkhart. She'll go left side, cut off. 45 seconds to work first half, 20 to shoot. Frink will try a right corner three, air ball, and Irvin will try to rip this one away, and she does. Scott City with 10 rebounds in this first half on the defensive end. Cimarron will knock the ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Lady Beavers. There's about 3 seconds between game clock and shot clock. As back in is Janae Fugit, and also Crimson Sunday returns to the Cimarron lineup. Out is going to be Brady Burkhart and also Kinsey Jantz with 32.5 seconds to go second quarter. 29-9 Scott City inbound into Weathers. Up top to Kendall Gentry, the work around the horn. Metzger will hold it now, throw it to Avery Lewis. Goes to right, leans in and draws the contact, and that'll be 2 free throws for Lewis, I believe, with 24.4 to go first half. The foul will be on Kinley Frink, her first. That'll shut the shot clock off, and Lewis will have 2 charity tosses coming up here. She is 83% on the year, has 5 points tonight. Scott City led by Piper Fox with 6 and Megan Trout with 5, and Avery Lewis now with 6. And it's 30-9. 24.4 to go first half. Lewis has been pretty consistent this week. She had 12 points in the last meeting with Cimarron, and she's just past the halfway mark of that. And Scott City just like that over last minute on a 7-0 run to go up 31-9. They're on a 9-2 run over the last 3 minutes. Shot clock off. Cimarron's going to go for the final shot of the half. Down 22. 13 seconds to go first half. Back up top. It'll go to Tegan Escom. Goes right side. Ball deflected, but right to Sunday. Has good position. Tries to get around Weathers. They let that bump go with 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. The shot short and rebound Irvin. She has her 4th rebound of the quarter, and we have reached halftime. Scott City with a dominating first half. They end up going on a 15-7 run in the second quarter, and they lead it at the break 31-9. We'll step aside for a 3-minute break and come back with some first half stats and more. This is Beaver Basketball.
I'm Jacob Harris.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we're bringing you BW Fusion products to help your crops stress less and yield more. Discover the benefits of Amino, Relax RX, Full Sun, and BioBoost, each designed to enhance plant health and maximize yield. Proudly supporting Scott County Athletics, Red Barn Enterprises is your partner for a more resilient and productive future. Choose BW Fusion from Red Barn Enterprises today.
When you're ready to purchase a home, refinance, take out a home equity line of credit, or begin a build, come see me, Elisa Ruda, at Western State Bank in Garden City.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Halftime show once again presented by Precision Ag and Seed. Adam Kadavy with you. Melody Toscana, your studio engineer, back at the Mix 94.5 studios. Appreciate her once again. 31-9 for the Lady Beavers of Scott City over the Cimarron Lady Blue Jays here at the break here. By the way, Goodland is up 17-7 going into the second quarter at Holcomb. Beloit at halftime over Minneapolis 25-8. Just some scores of interest there. So right now as it stands, if the scores hold up, Holcomb would be the number 3 seed. Scott City would be the number 6, and I believe Beloit would end up being the number 7 seed if everything holds up. But there's still lots of time to go in both of those games, and Cimarron would be the number 12 seed. Anyways, Scott City had control of this ball game. They were up 20-2, and then Cimarron made a little bit of a run. They went on a 7-4 run. Scott City would lead 24-9, a little outside of 2 minutes ago first half, but the Lady Beavers would bounce back and score the final 7 points of the half to lead 31-9 at intermission. For Scott City, or for Cimarron, they had 7 of their points from Tegan Eskim, and then the other 2 for Kenzie Jans. They had 13 turnovers first half, just 2 steals. They had 6 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive boards for a total of 9 rebounds. For Scott City, it was a balanced attack yet once again. 7 each for Avery Lewis and Megan Trout, 6 for Piper Fox, 5 for Chris Irvin, 2 for Kaylee Felker, and 2 for Kendall Gentry. Lady Beavers in the first half, they ended up with 10 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive boards, 13 rebounds. Also, let's see, 5 turnovers, 7 steals in the first half, and just 2 fouls. Cimarron had 4. Second, another 3-minute break. Scott City 31, Cimarron 9 at the break. We'll come back to the rest of your first half stats and get you set up for the second half of play. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Are you willing to die for nicotine? In a world where vaping has become popular, traces of metals like arsenic, lead, and nickel have all been found within vapes. According to Hopkins Medicine, vaping can cause irritation and swelling in your lungs, leading to possible lung disease and higher risk of heart attacks. So far, there have been 68 vaping-related deaths this year, and those numbers are only going to rise. Do you want to be next? Learn the truth about vaping at thetruth.com.
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Western Tire of Scott City is available for tire repair and replacement, oil changes, tire rotation, balancing, alignment, and bulk fuel delivery to keep your equipment going. They also offer 24-hour emergency service calls. Deckmart Furniture and Appliances. At Deckmart, they offer a variety of quality furniture, including sofas, recliners, lift chairs, dining sets, bars, bar stools, mattresses, and more. They carry GE and Speed Queen appliances and are happy to quickly service what they sell with a local repairman. Great Western Tire and Deckmart Furniture and Appliances. Small-time friendliness with big city service and quality.
Fredy Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Fredy Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
BBN is brought to you by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, Norder Supply Incorporated, Ag Management Services, Bogomore Family Farms, White's Food Liner, Scott Community Foundation.
At 5 of 6 from the foul line. Madeline Burkhart, the lone player on either side in foul trouble. Some scores in the region, Scott City Sub-State region. Colby over Hugoton, also GWAC, 33-14. Colby over Hugoton at the break. Russell 26, Hill City 11. Beloit 25, Minneapolis 8, and Lions trailing Southeast Saline in the first half. I believe that was 26-13. But right now as it stands, if all the scores hold, and by the way, TMP was leading Norton after the first quarter by 1. I think it was 13-12. As it stands right now, Scott City would host Norton on Thursday night. And next Thursday night. I'm going to turn that down here. So let's go. Scott City girls will play on Thursday night. The boys will play next Friday night here. We'll know more when we get after tonight, and they'll work on that tonight to seed it and get ready for the second half. We'll have wrestling reports from the 4A Regional Wrestling Tournament in Abilene tomorrow starting after 9:30. They wrestle at 9 o'clock there at Abilene. They're going to seed that tournament tonight. Scott City here, the girls with the basketball with Kendall Gentry, Megan Trapp, Piper Fox, Avery Lewis, and Mackenzie Metzger. So the regular 5 for that start of this ball game start. Metzger with her 7th start of the year tonight. 7:50 to go third quarter. She's really been solid off the bench this year in the second half of the season. Here's Fox over Kinsey Jansen, and the rebound to Crimson Sunday. Fox had 6 points in that first quarter, and then Scott City almost forced a turnover high. They're going to get a push on Avery Lewis in the backcourt. That'll be her first, and that'll be Scott City's first team foul of the third period. For Cimarron, it is going to be Tegan Eska, Madeline Burkhart, Janae Fugit, Kinsey Jansen, Crimson Sunday. 7:36 to go for third quarter. 31 for Scott City, 9 for Cimarron. Senior night here. Goodland, by the way, has opened up a 23-9 lead over Holcomb, and Cimarron is going to throw that one out of bounds for the 14th turnover of the evening. 7:26 to go third. Still no scoring here in the second half. In the front court goes Kendall Gentry, guarded by Tegan Eskim as Cimarron goes man-to-man. Up top, Mackenzie Metzger. Oh, she traveled with it up top. Yep, and she knew it right away. Turnover number 6 on Scott City. Brett Post with the call there. So it's a second trip for Cimarron down the court. We've had a missed shot, a turnover for each side here to begin this third quarter. Ball deflected and almost a turnover, but ripped away by Eskim. Now knocked out, but kept alive by Janae Fugit. 7 minutes to go third quarter. Fugit tries to drive in. Now goes left baseline to Kinsey Jansen. Sunday goes up and is fouled. Avery Lewis will pick up the foul. That'll be her second. Scott City's second foul of the period. They had 2 fouls, though, in the first 16 minutes of the game. In the last 65 seconds, actually, that's just the first on Lewis. Second team foul, but 2 free throws coming up for Sunday. The first one will bounce off. She is 39% on the year at the line. Those are the first free throws of the night for the Blue Jays. 6:55 here in the third as Scott City gets everybody with the bird mascot this week. Second free throw, and bounces out. Rebound to Piper Fox, who gets her third board of the night. Still a 21-point game. First minute and change of the second half. Piper Fox, she may have gotten away with the travel. And now Kendall Gentry somehow gets it to Avery Lewis, left wing, quickly guarded. Back up top to Gentry. 6:38 to go, third stanza. Eye right, it goes to Mackenzie Metzger, guarded tightly by Fugit. She'll go around Fugit. She'll take it all the way to the rack and lay it up and score it. Nice strong move from Metzger, 33-9 with 6:26 to go, third period. And Scott City now has a 9-0 run, and they have their largest lead at 27, almost stolen away. Janae Fugit with it, excuse me. She'll lob it over left side to Burkhart. Burkhart will drive in, then screen right side for Fugit, who will fire a three and bury it. Nice shot on the right wing. Her 28th three of the year gives Cimarron their 12th point with 6 minutes to go here in the third period at 33-12. And now Metzger loses the dribble, and Cimarron with the steal. Driving in and a whistle and a blocking foul. That'll be 2 free throws coming up for Cimarron. They've been a little aggressive here in this third quarter as Cimarron. A couple of turnovers by Scott City. Metzger with their first foul. 2 free throws coming up for Askham. She has 7 points. She had the first 7 points of the ball game for Cimarron, and now she has 8. She is a 71% free throw shooter. Cimarron as a team, 54%. It's 33-13 with 5:56 to go, third stanza. Chris Irvin will check in for Metzger. Also, Cimarron bringing in a sub, Kinsey Hessman, the 5'8 freshman. Second free throw, good as well. Nice soft bounce. She has 9, and Cimarron the last 5, they have pulled to within 19 at 33-14. 5:50 to go, third period. Gentry sees some pressure now to Irvin from Trout. Right corner to Avery Lewis. Into Fox at the right post. Now she'll spin and try to drive in. A tough shot in the paint. She's got 8. 35-14, 5:38 to go, third quarter, and Scott City ends the 5-0 run with the basket of their own. They're in that 2-3 zone. Piper Fox steps in front of the passing lane, uses the official to shield off the defender to Kendall Gentry. Yes, for 2. 37-14 with 5:22 to go, third period. Off the 15th Blue Jay turnover. Up top, Fugit, now they work it to Madeline Burkhart, goes right side to Fugit, looking in, 5:10 to work, third period. Entry feed deflected by Lewis and a steal. Scott City's 8th steal of the night unofficially. Right side it goes. Here is Chris Irvin trying to drive right lane line. Pivots, tough runner, no, off to left. Trout trying to get the rebound. Last touch, they'll say off of Trout. It'll belong to Huguet, or to Cimarron. Huguet trailing Colby at the break, 33-14. Colby has already clinched the number 1 spot. Trout is out. Felker in. Also in for Scott City is Kendall Gentry, Krista Irvin, and Piper Fox, as well as Avery Lewis. Fugit will get a seat as well, and back in is Kinley Frank the Jr. Driving left side, the runner is short that time. Ball tipped and in the hands of Piper Fox. That was put up by Madeline Burkhart with 4.5 to go, third quarter. 23-point Scott City lead, 37-14. Cimarron stays with a man-to-man defense. Avery Lewis out high right, guarded by Burkhart. Kendall Gentry will try a straightaway triple, no, and Frank will fight off everybody for the rebound. They're going to get Piper Fox with the blocking foul. That'll be her first. Scott City's already 4th foul of the quarter. Cimarron yet to commit a foul this period. Correction, that is the second on Fox. All in this quarter. We're about to the midway mark of this third quarter. Scott City 6-5 run here in this third period so far, leading at 37-14. 23-point lead is their largest. 4:05 to go, third period. Left wing goes to Burkhart, but Scott City can't let history repeat itself twice in a row in 2 nights. Turn on jumper. Sunday had good position underneath. Fox shields everybody off of the board. 3:50 to go in the third stanza. Irvin into the front court. Goes right to Kaylee Felker. Finds a cutting Kendall Gentry. Right side. Bank shot good. 39-14 with 3:43 to go third quarter. And so far they're not letting history repeat itself 24 hours later. They have a 25-point lead. They had that big lead against Hugoton last night where they led by 24 in the third and saw Hugoton go on a 15-0 run and pulled it within 9. There's a nice pull-up jumper by Escom. She has 11. And it's now 39-16 with 3:20 to go third quarter. Pass in the front court. He goes to Piper Fox. Fox back up top to Urban between the circles. So we approach 3 to go in the third. Beavers up by 23 into Fox. Good position. Goes to right. Bank shot good. Assist Kaylee Felker. As Fox has 10. She had a 6-point performance last time between these two teams. 41-16 under 3 to go third quarter. Out high with it, Frink. She's double teamed out high, needs help, finds it somehow. And a whistle, quick timeout for Coach Austin Stebbins. It's just a 30 with 2:49 to go here in the third period. Basketball tonight presented here by Security State Bank, also Scott Pro, Scott County Records, Scott County Hospital, Scott Cooperative Association, Scott County Abstract and Title Company, Scott Community Foundation, Scott City Pharmacy Giftologist, and Scott City Eye Center. The Beavers up big here in this third quarter. Holcomb trailing Goodland 28-19. They have 25 seconds to go first half. As that game down at Holcomb defeated Goodland by 2 in the first meeting on the 7th of January. Southwestern Heights has right now the number 2 seed. They are at 16-4. They wrapped up their regular season with a win against Elkhart at home on Tuesday night. 2:49 to go third period. With it out high, ball deflected, and good defense by Irvin, and Scott City that's forcing another turnover. Irvin races it in the front court, goes to Kaylee Felker, now to Kendall Gentry. Gentry into Katie Weathers. Peyton Gentry also back in. 8 Lady Beavers have scored here tonight. 2 have to go, and here's Peyton Gentry. Nice from her sister. Now Kaylee Felker's jumper a little short. Peyton Gentry tried to save it in play, but ran out of real estate. And out of bounds it'll belong to Cimarron. So once again, 8 Lady Beavers have scored tonight. That's the way it went last night as well against Hugoton. So we approach 2 minutes to go in the third. It's 41-16. The scoring has slowed down a little bit here in this third quarter. Scott City maintains a big lead, and a 3 from the right side for Burkhart. Short rebound into the paint from Kendall Gentry for Scott City as they grab their 15th defensive board of the night. Now Peyton Gentry will tee up a 3 on the right side. No, right to Irvin. She lost it, and behind it ends up into the hands of Kinsey Hessman for Cimarron. Minute 50 to go, third period. Underneath, Kaylee Felker with a steal. 18th Blue Jay turnover. 10th Scott City steal. Metzger and Trout to check in next dead ball. The ball behind, and now Weathers can't find it. A miscommunication, and that'll be turnover number 7 on Scott City, making number 8. So we have 3 in for Scott City. Now Metzger, Katie Weathers, Megan Trout, Avery Lewis, and Peyton Gentry. Few get back in for Cimarron. She'll replace Tegan Escom. 90 seconds to work third quarter. Left side, it'll go over to Brady Burkhart. It's back in there. Now right side, Frink thought about launching a deep 3 ball. Deflected. And now in the paint to go. Nope, not quite a tie-up yet. Now they're working around. Good ball movement so far by Cimarron. Minute 15 to go third quarter. Now down to 10 to shoot. In the left corner, open for 3 is Burkhart. That's Brady Burkhart. No, rebound knocked around. Pinballed around, and Megan Trout says, let me take it here. I've got it. Final minute of this period. Scott City with a 25-point lead. It's been a 10-7 run in this third period. Scott City's coasting here in the second half. Stepping back is Metzger. She'll try a 3. Off to the right. Rebound. Lewis will corral it for Scott City. Her third rebound of the night. And Metzger now with it out high. 40 seconds to work third period. Katie Weathers bounce past to Peyton Gentry. She'll weave it around now to Metzger with 20 to shoot. Plenty of time in the shot clock. Katie Weathers looking to feed it in. She may drive it in, take it in. Hurley up on the left side. Well, bounce in, and all 9 that have chucked in have scored for Scott City and 1. Weathers is pretty lethal with that drive on the left side. 43-16, 30.2 to go third quarter. Good patient offensive set by Scott City, and earns a trip to the line for Weathers to try to convert the 3-point play. The foul on Sadie Wider first. That is Cimarron's first team foul of the third period. In for the first time is Alicia Torres, a 5'7" senior. Weathers' free throw is good and makes it now 44-16. Late third quarter, shot clock off. So Scott City continues their good free throw shooting. They're now 6 of 7 on the night. Now they're on an 11-2 run over the last 5 minutes and have a 28-point lead late third quarter. Now they're going to get a hack on Weathers. She tried to tip it out of there, and that'll be her second foul, and that'll put Cimarron at the foul line for 2 free throws, and that'll be the freshman Kinsey Hessman. She comes in 50% at the line. We'll see if that holds true, if she's a true 50% free throw shooter. Cimarron tonight is 2 of 4 all in this quarter. The free throw is off, so if percentages hold true, she'll hit the second free throw. In is going to be Taylor Copper. She is a 5'5 freshman. And for Janae Fugit, and in is going to be Kendall Gentry to replace Peyton Gentry. Gentry for Gentry there. Scott City will have one more crack at it here in the third quarter. The free throw is up. Too strong. Rebound to Kendall Gentry. Now Scott City with the final shot here this third period. Katie Weathers with it. Back up top to Kendall Gentry with 5. With 4, Scott City needs to get a shot off, and it's Lewis for 3. Yes! We're going to have running clock fourth quarter. Lewis in double figures with 10. 47-16. Scott City goes the final 5.5 minutes of the third quarter on a 14-2 run. And we're going to have a running clock in the fourth quarter. It's a 31-point lead after 3 at 47-16. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
Hey, are you sure this is a good idea? Stop being so negative. I know what I'm doing.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 37 people a day lose their life due to drunk driving. Every death is just 39 minutes apart and preventable. Be smart. Call a cab. Know the risk of drunk driving.
Scott City.
Running clock, fourth quarter, 31-point game, 47-16. Scott City less than 8 minutes away from securing the number 6 seed as Sunday loses it off her fingertips and out of bounds. Cimarron with turnover number 19 on the night. Lady Beavers are led here by Piper Fox with 10, Avery Lewis with 10. Cimarron's Tate Escom leads all scorers 11. There's a little pressure in the backcourt by the Blue Jays here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Mackenzie Metzger somehow gets it to Avery Lewis, who just gets it across the 10-second line down to Megan Trout. Now she'll one dribble back up top to Kendall Gentry. Escom has 11 of their 16 points for the Blue Jays. Lewis will just go inside the foul line, miss it, but right there's Trout to clean it up. Now she'll go to the right, and her shot is blocked. And then it'll be last touched by Metzger, who tried to get around Fugit but couldn't, and out of bounds. It'll belong to Cimarron. Scott City owning the glass here. They dominated the rebounds in the first meeting between the two. First minute of this running clock, fourth quarter, 47-16 Scott City. They're going to get to 12-8 on the year. They're going to finish 500 in the league. Underneath, the layup for Sunday spins off, and the rebound to Avery Lewis. Sunday had a really good look underneath, just couldn't finish it. Cimarron, they will host the 3-2-1A regional wrestling tomorrow at the high school there in Cimarron. Bounce pass here's Megan Trout, holds it out high with 6.5 to go to Kendall Gentry. Now trying to get it to Trout, deflected, picked up by her. Now pass is deflected and stolen away, and we got a whistle and a foul. Ninth Scott City turnover. Megan Trout will pick up her first foul. 9 players have checked in, 9 have scored for the Beavers as we approach 6 minutes to go. The Lady Beavers will have their first home sub-state game on Thursday nights. Looks like against Norton. That'll be the first home game in sub-state play since 2020. Out high, here's a Fugit 3. Too strong. Rebound Sunday gets it over Trout. She has her 5th board and a whistle and a foul. Fugit with 3 points tonight. Only 3 Lady Blue Jays have scored. The foul will be charged to Kendall Gentry here first with 5:42 to go. Continuous clock, fourth quarter. 47-16 Scott City so far north scoring in this period. Ball out high, it'll go to Tegan Escom. Now right side, they're working around the corner to Fugit. Back it goes to Kinsey Jantz. Cimarron will be going to Goodland next Thursday. I believe maybe both boys and girls for Cimarron may go there now. Quick foul on Piper Fox, that's her 3rd. With 5:20 to go. Team foul number 3 of this fourth quarter. And we got 4 in. The seniors are going to check out here in the curtain call on senior night as the coaching staff dresses up here. So what a good night there for Megan Trout, Avery Lewis, Kendall Gentry, Mackenzie Metzger is in. Is going to be 4 new Beavers. Piper Fox stays out there. Taking Escom shot, no. Kaylee Felker will trek down the board. She's one of the 4 that checked in. Also in for Scott City, you get Chris Irvin, Peyton Gentry, and Katie Weathers. 4:48 to go. Scott City up 31. No change of score here in this fourth quarter. Felker up top will go to Katie Weathers. One dribble goes to her right to Felker. And it goes to Fox. She has 10. Trying to get it out there, and ball will be fought 4-7 to play. Nope, it won't be. And Katie Weathers will dribble it out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover to Cimarron. Kinley Frink and Brady Burkhart also taking Escom, and now 3 more in for Scott City. Let the substitutions continue. The varsity night is done for the most part. Lily Leitner checks in, Maggie Heineman and Valeria Castillo in for the first time as we're at the midway mark of this fourth quarter. So everybody checking in. Sadie White in for Cimarron. Brady Burkhart for Cimarron as well in there. Escom back in. Skip past the right side. Frank will try an open 3. Short. Rebound. Valeria Castillo will get it for Scott City. Her first rebound of the night, and actually of the season as well, with 3:44 to go. Peyton Gentry goes right with the pass to Heineman. Looking for a cutter. Finds that Katie Weathers up top. Now into Lily Leitner. She gets tripped with an aggressive move to the basket. That foul will be on Kinsey Hessman, her second. Team foul number 1 of the fourth quarter. We've played scoreless here in 4.5 minutes of this fourth quarter. Scott City and Norton on Thursday, unofficially. Win or lose for Norton. 3:14 to go in the game. Cut. Now Katie Weathers gets it up top to Castillo. 3 minutes to go in this one. 15 to shoot. Heineman up top to Weathers. Now tries to feed it into Leitner. Wasn't expecting the pass, and Scott City will turn it over for the 11th time. Well, I shouldn't say for sure, but Norton is likely the case. Lakin has Deerfield tonight, and Lakin's probably the heavy favorite in that one. Right block it goes. Back up top. Here's a straightaway 3 for Burkhart. Off to left. Rebound tipped around, and Cimarron keeps the possession. Nice save that time by White, but then she throws it away, and Cimarron with their 20th miscue of the night. As they're they go deep to the mat, or to the bench. Taylor Copper, Ashlyn Randa in. Gentry Wilson and Abby Tamad, a 6-foot junior, in for the first time as well. 2:12 to go. Still no scoring in this fourth quarter. Who's going to break the seal? Is it going to be Lily Leitner? Nice strong move, and yes, she's going to break the seal on the scoring in the fourth quarter. 49-16, 2 minutes to go. Cimarron with the basketball. Gentry Wilson left side. That's over to Alicia Torres. Back up top to Wilson. Freshman now to Ashlyn Rando, sophomore. Back to weave it to Torres. Minute 45 to go. Senior night festivities in between games here. Pulling up is Copper for 2. No, the rebound into the hands of Alicia Torres, and then ripped away by Leitner. This is a good win for Scott City. Cimarron, you just never know. This is a pretty good Cimarron team. They have given teams fits at times this year. And now ball deflected and a turnover, and now a foul. That'll just burn some more time off the clock. 4th team foul of the fourth quarter. Katie Weathers picks up her 3rd foul. 1:17 in clock running in the fourth period. 49-16 Scott City. Cimarron hasn't scored in over 10 minutes here in this fourth quarter. Or second half, I should say, excuse me. Final minute. Be the biggest margin against Cimarron, I believe, in series history. 54 seconds to go, and it goes to Tamat. Backing away in on Leitner, puts it up and got it. Her first basket, 49-18 with 47 seconds to go. The 6-foot junior on the board. 40 seconds to work. Right side over to now Valeria Castillo. Splits defenders are picked up by Lily Leitner. Power dribble, and she's got a new career high in varsity with 4. 51-18. Shot clock off. Final 30 seconds of this one. She may be a pretty pivotal player in the future for the Lady Beavers. Ball deflected but picked up out high by Gentry Wilson. 19 seconds to go in this one. Now bounce pass goes. Here's Alicia Torres trying to drive in. Flips it over right wing. Lob goes to Tamont, backing away and in. Leitner stuffed by Leitner. Oh, they're going to get the foul. They'll probably run this clock out here. It's 51-18. Lightner will also get in the foul book, or the book of the foul. The clock runs out. I think they'll give her are they going to give her the 2 free throws? No. So Cimarron has their season low of points at 18, and Scott City with a 33-point win here tonight, 51-18 on senior night over the Cimarron Blue Jays. Scott City will be your number 6 seed officially at 12-8 on the year. They finished 500 and in 4th place in the league, while Cimarron will finish at 8-12. They will be the number 12 seed in the sub-state, and they finished 3-9 in conference play. We'll begin our post-game coverage in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Here's Odessa from Plain Jan's.
Yep, Odessa here again.
A lot of you seniors have done a lot of things together for a very, very long time. And right now, you are on the downturn of that opportunity. Because after basketball season, you're not going to play together.
Alerts that will notify you if your account balance drops below an amount that you have chosen. Send notifications when your statement is available and when your loan payment is due. Don't forget about online bill paying. Check it out at fmbscott.com or come see us at First National Bank of Scott City. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to insurance, you don't want anyone setting you up with just any policy that sounds good. That's why Darren, Michelle, and Nikki at Platinum H Insurance are there for you. Platinum H Insurance carries a complete line of insurance including crop, farm, home, and auto. They write for well-respected companies such as NAU Country. To see what Platinum H Insurance can do for you, call 872-7222 or stop by their office at 321 West 5th Street in Scott City. This agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Shooting firearms is both fun
start tonight with girls basketball. Caden Gentry. Gentry. Next year, middle class to attend Kansas State University and major in nursing. Avery Lewis, escorted by Troy and Laura Lewis. Next year, Avery plans to attend the University of Nebraska and major in biochemistry. Mackenzie Metzger, escorted by Matt and Kelly Metzger. Next year, Mackenzie plans to attend Kansas State University and major in nursing. Megan Trout. Megan is escorted by Andy and Susan Trout. Next year, Megan plans to attend Kansas State University and major in kinesiology. Ladies, thank you for your years of dedication to the program and our school. Best of luck next week at State and in your future. Next up, we will have the cheer squad. First up is Brooklyn Escalona, escorted by Mario Escalona. Next year, Brooklyn plans to attend Moody Community College to become a veterinarian nurse. Michelle Gutierrez Hernandez, escorted by her aunt Laura Mesa. Next year, Michelle plans to work on her dental hygiene certification. Cheerleaders, we thank you for always showing up and supporting our teams and representing SCHS well. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Boys basketball. First off, Brooks Bailey. Brooks is escorted by Josh and Stephanie Bailey. Next year, Brooks plans to take classes from Garden City Community College while working. Angel Gonzalez Limas, escorted by Miguel Gonzalez and Victoria Limas. Next year, Angel plans to enlist and serve in the Marine Corps. Eloy Ruiz, escorted by Eloy and Irma Ruiz. Next year, Eloy plans to attend Florida State University and major in business. Jackson Rumford. Jackson escorted by Jamie and Karen Rumford. Next year, Jackson plans to remain undecided, but he plans to attend college and work toward a degree while playing a collegiate sport. Alex Durango, escorted by Armando and Edith Durango. Next year, Alex plans to attend Florida State University and major in construction management.
Okay, so did I try everything for you? Yeah, but you want to show it.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Representing SCHS on the court beyond. Welcome back tonight. And next week at Sac State. This concludes our senior recognition. Thanks again to all our senior athletes and cheerleaders
Red Barn Enterprises is proud to offer Meristem crop performance products, including Upshift C and Revline hopper throttle. These innovative products help reduce fertilizer waste and boost your crop's performance, ensuring healthier plants and better yields. Committed to our community, we proudly support Scott County Athletics. Choose Red Barn Enterprises and Meristem crop performance products to enhance your farm's efficiency.
Comments from Coach Justin Froh as well along the way. Lady Beavers win it here tonight, 51-18. Some scores: Deerfield, Lakin. Final for Lakin, 66-18 over Deerfield. As Lakin will finish 10-10. Larned is right now going to be look like they're going to be at 10-9, and they will be a half game ahead of Lakin in the standings. So right now Holcomb trailing Goodland. Now it's going into the fourth quarter at Holcomb. I believe last check it was about an 11-point Holcomb lead deficit in the third quarter. So Holcomb will be 15-5. Ellsworth is 13-5. Goodland will be 14-6. Scott City will be 12-8. Beloit coming in tonight 9-8, likely 10-8. Russell likely be 11-9. And so actually Russell, I think, would jump past Beloit for the 7th spot. And so be Russell 7, Beloit 8, Larned 9, Lakin 10, and Norton 11, Cimarron 12, and then depending on Kingman with their game with Hoisington. Or with Belle Plaine, I beg your pardon. So we're about got it all set on the girls' side. Boys' side coming into tonight here, the standings. Scott City right now could get as high as a number 3 seed with a win tonight. 18-1 is Lakin. Goodland at 17-2 right now coming into tonight. Holcomb 15-4, Norton 15-4, Scott City 15-4, Beloit 13-4. Colby 11-8, Southwestern Heights 11-9. Southwestern Heights' regular season has been complete. So Colby and Southwestern Heights could flip-flop depending if the Colby Eagles win tonight. If they win, they'll be the number 7, and Southwestern Heights will be the number 8. Hoisington at 9-9. Lions at 9-9. Russell at 9-9. That's going to be a lot to play for there between the 9, 10, and 11. Lions probably has the toughest game out of all of them. They have Southeast of Saline. Russell against a pretty tough one. Ellsworth at 7-11, Larned at 6-12, Kingman at 5-13. Ellsworth is solidified at the number 12. Kingman at 5-13. Cimarron, the number 15 behind Kingman at 3-15. They have solidified that spot. And Nickerson at the number 16 seed at 2-17. They have solidified that spot. So that's how the boys' standings look right now. Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. Make it a 1-minute break. We'll come back in a minute, and we'll get Coach Brian Gentry with his pregame comments for the girls as Scott City takes on Cimarron here on the boys coming up. Come back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
Western State Bank, Backyard Blooms and Garden Center, LLC, Spray Foamit, LLC, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services,
store for details.
Welcome back to the Scott Community Event Center. Adam Canavy with you on Mix 94.5. Your pregame interview is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with you in Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. I'm joined here with Coach Brian Gentry here in the pregame. And Coach, thanks for joining me here this evening. Last night, a great road win in a pretty tough environment over Hugoton, 55-45. And first part of the game, you guys had a good run. You're up by 9, and then all of a sudden you're down 4 at one point in the second quarter and 6 in the third. But allowing just 5 fourth-quarter points. And what a big win on the road for you guys.
Yeah, very big win. I believe, to quote you, it's been 8 years since we've won down there or so. So, yeah, it's always a hard place to play. Their student sections is right there on the court, and they get pretty into it. So it's for us, going on the road and getting a road league game win is always a goal. And going down there, like I said, it's always a tough one. We battled some adversity. It's just nice to know that this year we have the guys that are capable and mentally tough enough to battle that adversity and still stick to the game.
Quite a turnaround in that fourth quarter with that 17-5 run, I believe it was, in the fourth quarter, and it was all predicated on your defense up top.
Yeah, to start that fourth quarter, Alex gets a steal, Eloy gets a steal, and we're able to get, I think one of those ended up in points, but they just set the tone for us defensively. Those two guys, continue to just be a pest, to other teams and trying to get into their sets. I thought those two just did a fantastic job of keeping the ball out high and not really allowing them to get into their stuff. And then once we got a little bit of a lead, I think you saw the momentum shift, and when the momentum shifted, Hugoton was forced to kind of extend some of their stuff, and they went for some steals, and we made really good plays to capitalize and get some really easy looks down the stretch in the fourth.
And once again, it is Coach Brian Gentry here pregame. Scott City takes on the Cimarron Blue Jays. It's round 2 with the Blue Jays, and you get a team that's struggled a little bit this year, 4-15, or their sub-state record is going to be at 3-15 right now. But they've had a tough run of it here in February. But you take a look at this team. Beat them, pulled away by over 20 points on the road in January, and a team that's just, they're going to fight and go as long as they can.
Yeah, the thing about anybody in our league, we're small town Western Kansas teams whose foundation is basically hard work. So every night that we play anybody, it doesn't matter if the talent level is the same. You know that they're going to come out and compete. And it's the same to be said for Cimarron. They're going to play hard. There's a lot of teams around the states that, when you have a 3-win season or 4-win season, but at this point in time, you've probably already kind of thrown in the towel. But that's not who they are. That's not how they're coached. And so we know we're going to get a really pesky team. The Copper kid is still a very, very good ball player. Very good in transition, tough to stop and keep in front of you. So he's kind of the guy that makes them go. We've got to be able to do a good job on him and continue to get better. We're not done getting better, but there's still things that we need to do to sharpen up, headed into sub-state. But we know they're going to come in here and play hard. So anybody who doesn't think that or just looks at the record, you're lost anyway. So we've got to be ready. Short turnaround. I'm guessing some of our guys are fairly tired, from last night. They played a lot of minutes, plus we didn't get back until, around 11 o'clock. So they've got to, kind of take it easy today. But then it's senior night. So with that being said, they're going to be pretty amped up tonight.
All right. Hard to believe we're wrapping up the regular season tonight as Scott City hosts Cimarron. Coach Brian Gentry joining me here pregame. And, Coach, as always, thank you for the time, and good luck to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
All right, once again, those were the comments from head coach Brian Gentry as Scott City and Cimarron set to take off here in a little bit on the boys' side. We're going to rewind back to the girls' game as we bring in Coach Justin Furrow, a sharply dressed Coach Furrow. Hey, congratulations on the win. You come out like that and really never let up all night. You may have to wear the old suit and tie every game.
Yeah, if that's what gets the job done and makes us play like that, then I will more than gladly wear that every night. So. But no, I thought we were focused and ready to go, and I was, a little not concerned, but just you don't really know how you're going to respond off of back-to-back games. So I thought we did a great job of being focused and ready to go early, and then, may have put together our best full game of the year. So that's nice to see, and great direction that we're heading in, and nice momentum to carry into sub-state.
For sure, but boy, getting off to that hot start and your defense really set the tone early on. Really, the 2-3 zone was very effective tonight.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of flying around and closing out on shooters as well. They have about 3 or 4 girls that can shoot it, and if they get hot, they can light it up. And I thought we did a good job of knowing where they're at for the most part, and limiting their shots to just one whenever they did have those shots, and boxing out on the perimeter and not giving up those long rebounds as well. So pretty good job. I thought we were just real focused and locked in tonight, and it would be nice to see that moving forward. But great job and great team win again.
It started kind of down the paint a little bit for a while there with Megan and also Piper there in that first quarter. Then it kind of transitioned around to the guards. It was just, like you said, just all-around good effort, the balanced scoring attack. And I tell you what, that's going to make things dangerous for whoever you play come postseason when you can get 8 to 9 players scoring on a nightly basis.
Yeah, it's I think that's been one of our strengths all year is that we have anyone that is capable of scoring and getting the job done on any given night, and everyone else does a good job of just filling in the gaps around whoever's got it going and getting the ball into the hot hand, and then figuring out what we got to do as a team to collectively win games. So I thought we've done a good job of that really all year for the most part, and then now just kind of down the stretch here we've been kind of fine-tuning it a little bit and just kind of working better together and figuring out different rotations and trying to get to the point where we are meshing a little bit better, and I think we're pretty close, so I'm confident where we're at, and I'm excited for what's to come.
This week kind of felt like an old school sub-state tournament week where you have the Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, but it was Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and you've played and you've had 3 games like this in 3 days, or 3 games in a week for the 3rd time this year. It just seems like your team continues to handle that load there with the 3 games like it was this week again.
Yeah, well, that's the nice thing about playing 9 different people. It helps save their legs a little bit, and we can rest up a little bit more than other teams that don't quite play as many as us. So that's nice to have there, and it's good to see that pay off. But really, it just comes down to being prepared and focused, and making sure that we're all on the same page as we get out there, and then go ahead and take care of business.
All right, well, 20 games in, and we got to recognize the senior night here. 12-8 on the year for you guys, and 6-6 in the league. He had 4 seniors that started tonight, and they've all contributed in their own right way. But I know you're not done yet. But what a great night for them on senior night to get a big win like they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Just real proud of them, and I'm sure going into the season they were pretty uneasy or unsettled with not knowing kind of how the season's going to go with the new head coach, and not really knowing what to expect, and trying to figure out to kind of how to jump into things and how things are going to go. And I thought they did a great job of just setting the example early and being leaders, and buying into what I was preaching for them, and just coming in every day working hard and being those leaders that we needed for this first year with me, and trying to get everything rolling in the right direction. And I can't say enough about them, and did everything that I asked them all year long.
Well, you get Scott City gets their first sub-state home game in 5 years coming up on Thursday night. All signs indicate it's going to be Norton, so it'll be kind of nice to play somebody a little bit different.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a home sub-state game like you're talking about. It's been a while, and just see someone else. It's always fun to see other competition, just because you get away from the tough GWAC, and you feel confident that your preparation for the entire season should have you ready to go for this sub-state moment. And we're excited, and we're ready to get everything going.
And you'll enter as the number 6 seed. Coach, congratulations. Enjoy this one, and I guess we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, Adam.
All right, comments once again from Coach Justin Furrow as the Lady Beavers win it earlier tonight, 51-18. We'll focus our attention over to the boys here in 2 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
BBN is brought to you by Lone Tree Farms, JNR, Nextech Wireless, Pioneer Communications, SNT, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank.
Hey, congratulations on the win.
Exact needs are the standard at Scott Pro. Call us today at 620-872-2189 and let the professionals at Scott Pro design your custom supplement.
All right, we're back here inside the Event Center. Adam Cadavy with you as we get you set for the boys' game here in a moment with Scott City and the Cimarron Blue Jays on the boys' side. Beavers could get as high as a number 3 seed if they win tonight. 3 or 4 is likely for them if they win tonight here. So we'll see what happens here tonight here. But the Beavers trying to continue their hot momentum after a big win on the road last night. And the big victory last night at Hugoton 55-45, where Scott City got a little interesting for them in the second and third quarters for most of that period. And the second quarter, they had a 9-point lead and then a big run by Hugoton. They were up by 4, but led by 2 at the break. And it was a 2-point game going in the fourth quarter, but Scott City with a 17-5 run in the final 8 minutes to solidify 15th win of the year. For most wins in a season, I believe since 2015-2016 for Scott City. So that was a big win there in that game last night. Jackson run for 23 points in the victory. Also 12 for Alex Charango. And that was and 13 for Avery Radke, who battled foul trouble for most of the night there. But that's, or especially in that first half. But a good win tonight, or last night for Scott City over Hugoton. Cimarron tonight, 51-42 was your score. Monday night, or this past Monday night for Cimarron, they lost at Hugoton. The Blue Jays have struggled here as of late. They've dropped their last 7 ball games. But I thought Monday night's loss, even though it was a loss, showed a little sign they had a little fight in them, and they played them pretty close. They lost to Colby 64-43, Holcomb 63-45, and got beat by Lake in 79-30, and Hugoton 60-38. Lost by 5 to Southwestern Heights and also to Ulysses. That's been their last 7 games. Their last win came on the 25th of January at the St. John Classic there, 45-32 over Larna, a team that's averaging right around 50 points a game. So scoring hasn't been an issue for Cimarron this year, and it's just trying to get over the hump here. They are led by none other than Trace Copper, who averages 14 points a game and nearly 3 assists per contest. He is a talented senior for the Cimarron Blue Jays. As we were moments away from your starting lineup, Scott City led once again. Jackson run for 21 points and 10 rebounds per contest. As we get ready for the boys matchup here tonight between Scott City and Cimarron. This series, by the way, Scott City's won the last 7 games. They lead the all-time series 22-1. Lone meeting for a win for Cimarron came in this building 4 years ago. Spoiled Scott City's senior night 37-36 back in 2021. That's been the only win by Cimarron in the series. Scott City trying to get to 16-4 and have their most wins since 2015 in league play at 8. Let's get to your starting lineups here, presented here by Security State Bank in Scott City and Leota. Scott City or for the Cimarron Blue Jays at 4-15 on the year to be Trace Copper. He is a 5'9" senior at 14.6 points and 2.7 assists. Colby Wilson, a 5'11" junior at 8.1 points and 5 rebounds a contest. Also, Trent Briggs, a 5'10" senior. He is averaging 4.8 points and 4 rebounds a game. Miguel Ramirez, a 5'11" senior, 7.6 points and 2 rebounds. Cade Sonde, a junior at 6'2", who averages 6.9 points and 5.8 boards a contest. So the starters tonight for Scott City, a little bit of a different lineup, of course, with the seniors on senior night. It will be Eloy Ruelas. He is a 5'10" senior, averaging 7.7 points and 4.4 assists. Alex Tarango, the 5'10" senior, 9.7 points and 3.4 rebounds a game. Jackson Rumford, the 6'6" senior, at 21 points and 10 rebounds. Brooks Bailey, the 6' senior, averaging 1.6 points and 1.5 rebounds. And the 5th senior, and those are your starters here tonight. Angel Gonzalez, he's a 5'11" senior. Thank you there. He is a 5'9" senior, so he does not see any varsity, but he's going to get the start here tonight for Scott City. So once again, Angel Gonzalez, Brooks Bailey, Jackson Rumford, Alex Tarango, and Avery Bradkey, the starting 5 on the floor. Keys of the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout, where you go with the proven winner. Keys tonight here for Scott City. I think the first key is going to be just put the pedal to the metal early on. The second key is get it into Rumford. Those are your keys of the game. It'll be Jackson Rumford tipping center here with Cade Sonde for Cimarron. Cimarron coached by Chris Chilton in his 4th season, assisted by Todd Hamilton and Samuel Allen. Brian Gentry in the 9th season as the head coach. We're going to re-tip. Or what are we going to do? It's going to be possession out of bounds to Scott City. But Brian Gentry in his 9th season, assisted by Joey Meyer and Drew Kite. So Scott City will get the first possession of the night here. 8 minutes on the clock here, and here we go. Beavers with a win could get as high as a number 3 or number 4 seed, or even number 5. There could be a 3-way tie. Holcomb beats Goodland, Norton beats TMP. Ruelas, left baseline. It's going to be Angel Gonzalez with it now up top, and oh, he's going to be called for a travel. Turnover number 1 on Scott City. 7:48 to go first quarter. And 5'9" senior Angel Gonzalez in there. Hasn't played varsity. Now he's on the starting lineup tonight on senior night. Why not? With it now is Cade Sonde. Cimarron has their first possession. Miguel Ramirez off a screen. Here's Colby Wilson guarded by Bailey. Bailey's second start of the year. His first came against Cimarron back on the 7th of January. Back up top right side. Here's Trent Briggs. Sonde, 15 to shoot. Copper looking to penetrate. Goes to the foul line up top to Sonde. Pulls up at the right elbow. And it's too strong in the rebound to Alex Tarango. 7:18 to go first quarter. Scott City with a no-score lob into Rumford to the right block. Catches it. Backs his way in. Flips it up right side. He's on the board. Scott City's on the board first. 2-0. 7:08 to go first quarter. Rumford with it here. First minute of this quarter ball game. 2-0 early lead for Scott City. Up top, it'll go to Colby Wilson. Now goes right to Trace Copper. Copper with it. Crosses over, dribble, drives in. Bounce pass underneath. Sonde, good defense as Rumford knocks it off of Sonde's leg, and Cimarron with their first turnover with 6:47 to go opening period. Well, Coach Gentry and the staff, boy, they look pretty sharp here tonight. Gentry not going with a tie. The rest of them do. But he has the coat instead. I guess that's the counter. Here's Ruelas. He'll try a deep 3 on the right wing. Yes! And Ruelas' 23rd 3 makes it 5-0, 90 seconds into the game. Scott City has gotten better from the 3-point arc. They only hit 4 threes last night at Hugoton. But they did their damage at the line, going 11-14. A layup for Copper puts Cimarron on the board 5-2 with 6:15 to go first quarter. There's explosiveness by the senior. He's a 40% shooter into Rumford. Shot blocked by Senna, but got his own rebound. Now underneath the Tarango, and he's fouled. 6:05 to go first quarter. The foul charge to Colby Wilson is first. New 35 for Scott City. Angel Gonzalez to inbound it in. Does that high to Tarango. Ball fake on the three now to Gonzalez. He'll shoot a three in the corner. Oh, just a little strong. Hey, got a look though. And the rebound to Cimarron. And they'll say a double dribble and a turnover by Miguel Ramirez, who had gotten the rebound. Turnover number 2 on Cimarron. And now Avery Radke to enter. And let's see who's going to exit. It'll probably be Angel, yep. He'll get a round of applause from the Scott City crowd. So Radke in there for the first time, 2 minutes into the game. 5-2 lead for Scott City over Cimarron. The Beavers 2 of 4 to begin this ball game. Radke, nice cut. It's Rumford, lays it up. Yes, he's got 4, 7-2, 5:46 to go first quarter. That might be there quite a bit all night. Taking it right sideline here is Cimarron with it up top. Colby Wilson up top. Ramirez, he'll drive right side. Right corner it goes. Here's Wilson trying to get around Brooks Bailey. Jump stop at the foul line now to Copper left wing. He's guarded by Tarango. Blows by him and lays it up and scores it. He has all 4. 7 of 4 of 5:24 to go first quarter. Scott City did a pretty impressive job the first meeting, holding him to just 10 points, which is pretty tough to do. Rumford's fade away. He's got 6. And it's now 9-4, 5:13 to go first quarter. Scott City with 4 out of the first 6 from the field. Three minutes into the ball game. Cimarron with the ball. Colby Wilson right corner. Sonde 3, got it. Sonde just his 3rd 3 of the year, and it's 9-7. And a 30-second timeout for Cimarron coach Chris Chilton with 4:54 to go here in the first quarter. And Cimarron back to within 2. Basketball brought to you by Roto Mix, Road and Beaton Green Agency, Iron Insurance Partners, Richards Financial Services, Our Brothers, Auto Body Mechanic, Pioneer Communications, Precision Ag and Seed Pokey Feeders. Also, Platinum H Insurance, Plain Jan's Perfect Auto Detailing, New Life Market, Norder Supply, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Midwest Mixer, Metzger Appraisals, and Metzger Family Farms, Low Tree Farms and Livestock, Lebanon Lawn and Tree, Jackson Legal Group, JF Beaver Advertising, and J&R Trucking. 9-7 is your score here with 4:54 to go first quarter. So Cimarron is 3 of 4 from the field. Scott City is 4 of 6. Blue Jays do have 2 turnovers. Scott City has 1. It'll be Beaver basketball out of the Blue Jay 30-second break. Sonde just hit his 3rd 3 moments ago. Just 15% from three-point range. 4:45 to go first period. 9-7 lead for Scott City with the ball. Ruelas up top. He'll be guarded by Wilson. Correction, that is by Briggs. And now to Brooks Bailey. Up top to Avery Radke. Trying to feed it in. Goes right side and around the perimeter. Left corner to Ruelas. He'll look to drive maybe. Dribbles it once. Lob into Rumford. Catches it. Right corner to Radke. Open for 3. Good. Avery Radke, his 21st 3. And Scott City answers back with a triple of their own. They're second. They're up 12-7. 4:20 to go first quarter. And now Cimarron quickly back the other way. They get it around the Ramirez for a 3. No, rebound Brooks Bailey for Scott City as he picks up his first board at the midway mark of this first quarter. 12-7 Scott City lead in the basketball. Ruelas up top. Cimarron stays man-to-man. Now up top between the circles to Rumford. He'll flip it over to Bailey. Back up top to Ruelas. They'll lob it backside to Rumford. He'll catch it. Pump fakes over Sonde. Leaves it short. Rebound. Tip Bailey at the right elbow. Now back to Rumford. Backs his way in. Gets kind of hammered a little bit. His scoop shot on the left side. He's got 8. 14-7. 3:40 to go first quarter. Already 4 rebounds for Scott City in this first period. Trace Copper with it out high. Tarango has that assignment. He'll drive left side and now goes over to Miguel Ramirez. Scott City with Mesa at the scorer's table to check in. Briggs trying to drive in. Ball deflected. Scott City forces turnover number 3. 7-point Beaver lead. 3:18 to go first quarter. Looking to drive in. Right corner. Radke for a 3. That one bounces off. The rebound to Tarango on the backside. So another look at it for Scott City. Up top to Ruelas. 3:05 to go. Here's a Ruelas 3. Too strong, and the rebound goes to Trent Briggs. Scott City with a couple looks from downtown. 3-minute mark of this first quarter, under 3 minutes now. Miguel Ramirez, Sonde now back up top. It'll go to Copper. Guarded by Tarango. Copper looking to drive in. Goes left corner to Wilson. Wilson goes around the screen up top to Briggs. They work it around right side of Miguel Ramirez. Guarded by Radke. 2:38 to go first quarter. 14-7 Scott City Copper. Now 8 to shoot. Driving in. Here's a spin move by Wilson. Now Sonde with 4 with 3. 2 seconds, 1 second, and stepping back and launching the 3 short, but rebound Cimarron. Briggs bounce right side, and Wilson scores it. 14-9, 2:18 to go first quarter. Cimarron got the offensive board and the putback after the Copper missed 3. Off the screen, here's Bailey. He'll drive left lane line, dish it left corner to Tarango for a 3. Airballed right into the hands of Trent Briggs. 2:02 to go first quarter and a foul on Scott City, says Brett Post. That'll be on Jackson Rumford, his first. Scott City's first foul. Junior Mesa in for the first time. Also in is Adonis Batman and Tanner Hamilton for Cimarron. So new 35 for the Blue Jays. 14-9 Scott City, 2 minutes remaining first quarter. You got a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. Shot clock did not start, I don't believe. Official timeout. I think it looks like the shot clock was at 35 there. Minute 56. I think they'll talk things over and may run some time off the shot clock. Brett Post goes over to the scores table. Other games in the league tonight, Holcomb and Goodland. That's going to be a big one. That's a battle of state-ranked teams. Goodland they'll win the league title outright. If Holcomb beats Goodland, then they'll share the league title. 1:56 here in the first quarter inbound in. They reset the shot clock to 31. Now it starts going again, and it goes to Batman, and it's now 14-11. 4 in a row for Cimarron. 1:45 to go first frame. Tarango up top to Rumford, and now to Junior Mesa. Goes left in the corner to Tarango. Scott City's been cold here the last few minutes. Minute 34 to go first quarter on a 2-minute drought. Radke trying to end the drought. He will. He'll splash home his second 3. Scott City with 3 in the period to go up 17-11, the double lead. 1:20 to go first quarter. Scott City with 3 threes, 2 of those by Radke. He has 6 points. 3 Beavers have scored here in this first period. Minute 14 to work around the screen. Tanner Hamilton. Now Mesa trying to get the steal up top, but shielded off by Colby Wilson. They have 13 to shoot. Final minute of this quarter. Wilson uses up a dribble. And now to Tanner Hamilton, almost thrown away by Tarango, and back to Copper with 6 to shoot. Weaves his way through, pulls up at the foul line, leaves it short. Rebound loose underneath, and it's picked up by Jackson Rumford, who already has his 3rd rebound. Copper's missed his last 2 shots. 50 seconds to work first quarter. A 6-point Scott City lead at 17-11. Nice flash to the basket. Ruiz, he has 5. Assist Mesa, 19-11. 40 seconds to go first quarter. About 7.5 seconds to 8 seconds between game clock and shot clock. Ball deflected out on a high pass. Copper tried to lob it over Radke, but deflected out by Radke. 32.9 to go first quarter. 25 on the shot clock. 8-point Scott City lead, 19-11. They haven't trailed in this one. This is their largest lead of the quarter. And in the right corner, it goes to Colby Wilson, who had their last basket about a minute and a half ago. Now lobs it right corner and works out of a double team. Now bounce pass loose on the floor. We're going to get a tie up. It'll be still Blue Jay ball with 18.4 on the game clock and 10 on the shot clock. New sub in for Cimarron. It's Miguel Ramirez. He will replace Trent Briggs. 10 to shoot for Cimarron. They'll inbound it with Trace Copper underneath their own basket. 19-11 Scott City off to another good start here. They'll lob it out high to Batman. Then ball deflected into miscommunication. Ramirez steps in front of the passing lane. And the Blue Jays commit turnover number 4. Shot clock off in the final 16.8 of the first quarter. See if Scott City can make this a 10-point game. 10 seconds to go first quarter. They get the ball to begin the second period as well. Ruelas looking for a screen with 4 seconds. He's way out high. 3. Pulls up for a 3. Left wing. Bounces off, and the rebound to Copper. And that's how your first quarter will come to an end. 19-11. 8 minutes in the books here in Scott City. Cimarron trailing the Beavers after 1. Back in a minute for the second quarter of play. This is Beaver basketball.
proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
At Axis Seed Red Barn, we're committed to dialing in the data for your farming success. Our corn hybrids offer exceptional drought tolerance and impressive ear flex, ensuring a profitable harvest. Proudly local, yet backed by a national brand, we deliver top-tier seeds with a personal touch. And as always, we're here to support our community, cheering on the Beavers. Axis Seed, where data meets dedication.
Cimarron ended up 5 of 8 shooting in that first quarter, but they had 4 turnovers. Scott City was 8 of 14. It is 19-11 Scott City, and they'll have the basketball to begin the second period of play. So we're back here to action here. Adam Cadavy with you. Senior night here. Scott City trying to complete the senior night sweep over the Cimarron Blue Jays. Lady Beavers winning it earlier, securing the number 6 spot. It looks like they'll get Norton on Thursday next week. Ruiz takes it strongly to the rack, and he has 7. And it's a 10-point game. 7-0 Scott City run, 7:48 to go first half. 21-11 your score. Copper with it. He had 4 of Cimarron's 11 points in that first quarter, and they will force the turnovers. That time Copper tried to split the defenders, lost it, and Cimarron with their 5th turnover. But 8 points for Jackson Rumford, now 7 for Ruelas, 6 for Radke. That's the only ones that have scored here in this half for the Beavers. Here on senior night, Ruelas, little stop and go, steps back. Will feed it backside to Rumford, and he's into double figures. He has 10. 23-11, 7:27 to go first half. Scott City on a 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Cimarron in the front court. Now with it here is Miguel Ramirez. Ramirez will drive into the paint. Bounce pass, nice. Dish to Batman. He has 4, excuse me. 23-13, 7:11 to go first half. As that breaks the Scott City 9-0 run. After the Blue Jays had pulled to within 3 at 14-11. A nice flash. Here's Ruelas off the glass, assist by Mesa, and now 9 for Ruelas. Is 25-13, 6:55 to go here in the second quarter, and Cimarron almost loses it. Ramirez out high, and they do. Turnover number 6, lead pass. Here's Ruelas for double figures, but he gets stripped going up, kept alive by Tarango. He'll kick it out high, and Scott City will get another chance at it. Rumford now up top, goes to Tarango. Ball fake, back to Rumford out high, 18 to shoot. Here's Tarango looking to drive in around Hamilton, then gets a strip, but picked alive now to Mesa. 10 to shoot. Now to Ruelas out high, 25-13 to Rumford with 8. With 7, now Rumford thought about putting on the floor. Now to 4, here's Ruelas with 3, with 2, with 1. Lobs up a 3, and buries it! Oh my! Brian Gentry wants time, and it's 28-13. The desperation 3, Ruelas with all 7 points in the quarter. And there won't be a timeout. Rumford with the steal. 6 minutes to go first half. Tarango lob to Rumford, catches it, and that's going to be a foul on Rumford. And that's an interesting call. That'll be his second. Tarango tried to lob it up. Coach Brian Gentry wants a full timeout. And so Rumford with 2 fouls. He has all the fouls for Scott City. Timeout on the floor, 5:58 to go second quarter, 28-13. Beavers up by 15. Back at a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
I'm driving, but someone texted me. I'll make it quick. Replying to this will only take a second. This can't wait.
According to National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, In a year, there are over 1.6 million car accidents involved with cell phones. Around 3,000 people die a year, not including the pedestrians and cyclists that are injured or killed in the accidents. Are you willing to leave your child without a fatherly or motherly figure? Don't text and drive.
28-13, a lengthy timeout for Scott City here with 5:58 to go first half as they turn the ball over for just the second time. Rumford now with 2 fouls. I spoke wrong and said Kingman won by 1. I looked at that wrong. It was actually Kingman losing by 1. So the girls' sub-state is all set. All the seeds are pretty much set. No tiebreakers, no coin flips there. Out of the timeout, Trace Copper runs it across and now goes to Colby Wilson. And now somehow gets back to Briggs. Back it goes to Wilson right side. As Brooks Bailey back in the lineup. Bank shot too strong for Wilson, and Avery Radke secures his first board of the night. Ruelas with 7 in the quarter, 12 for the half. Leads Scott City. Rumford with 10, who's on the bench with 2 fouls. So Scott City will go a little small for a while, but Tarango finally gets on the board with a nice layup on the left side. The Beavers are on a 16-2 run. They lead 30-13 with 5:20 to go first half. And for Cimarron to cut it to within 3, and a bank shot is good for Wilson on the right side. He has 4, 30-15. That was a 16-2 run over about a 4-minute stretch for Scott City. As we go to 5 to go first half, Mesa off a screen drives left side, then flips it back out high to Ruelas, who has 7 of Scott City's 9 points this period. 4:55 to work first half. Here's Mesa for a deep 3. Good. Mesa, who did not score last night, gets the triple. Correction, he had 2 points. Did not score against Cimarron last time as a team leading 29-3. It's 33-15 with 4:40 to go first half. And Cimarron will answer back with a 3 of their own. Short, put up by Wilson, into the hands of Brooks Bailey. Scott City up by 18, 4.5 to go first half. Castarin to check in next dead ball. Now Tarango with it. Up top to Brooks Bailey. Drives the right side. He'll take it to the rack, but gets fouled beforehand by Kate Sonde, his first. Cimarron's first foul of the second quarter. Just 2 fouls on both teams here. And now back in is Wren for the first time. 5'11 junior. Scoreless last night, played a couple of minutes. That'll be Alex Tarango. You know, Beavers up by 18 with the ball on a 19-4 run over the last 5 minutes. Nearing the midway mark of this first half, or second quarter, excuse me. Up top to Ruelas, 20 to shoot. Now left side out high to Avery Radke. Looking for a cutter, finds Brooks Bailey up top. He'll try a straightaway triple, too strong. And the rebound to Trace Copper, who collects the second board of the night. Good look for Bailey up top. Midway mark, second quarter. Copper trying to drive in. He's cut off inside the foul line. Wilson now just flips it behind him to Trent Briggs, and now stolen away by Ruelas. He'll try to drive in on Copper. Pivots. Bank shot, no. Rebound, Bailey tips it to Radke, who will split the defenders and scored and one. I think you could give the assist to Brooks Bailey on that one. And it's 35-15. Foul on Trace Copper's first, team second. 3:44 to go first half as Coach Brian Gentry using his bench a little bit more in this first half. Well, Brendan Cook will check in for Radke if he hits his free throw. First trip to line tonight for either side. Radke is 76% free throw shooter. As a team, the Beavers 72%, and he's short on that one. And the rebound goes to Cade Sonde, his first board of the night. 35-15, 3:40 to go first half. In for the first time is Ethan Farrow, 6'1" sophomore. He had probably one of the more underrated plays of that the game last night with that layup right before halftime. Layup on the other end, speaking no. That was by Ramirez and Brooks Bailey with his 4th board of the half. 20-point Scott City lead. They're on a 21-4 run over the last 6 minutes. 3:18 to go second quarter, and then stripped out of there, stolen away. Layup is good. He missed it. Briggs. A rebound to Junior Mesa. Was premature on that one. Scott City's 3rd turnover, but the Beavers survived that one with 3 minutes to go first half. And then almost stolen away out of Mesa's hands yet once again. Brendan Cook now will officially check in. So Alex Tarango also returns to the lineup. That'll be Avery Radke and Junior Mesa. 35-15, 3:04 to go second quarter. Beavers with a 20-point lead. Cimarron with the Beavers with the basketball. Cook right side to Fro around his screen. Will drive to the foul line. Right wing to Tarango. Tarango looks to penetrate. He'll pull it back out now up top to Castarin. 2:50 to go second quarter. Wren with the dribble, now uses it up, goes left out high to Brooks Bailey, 8 to shoot. Scott City needs to get a shot off with 5 to go. 4-3, here's Tarango. He'll drive left side, his layup on the left side, and that's going to be a charge. Tarango's first foul, foul number 2 of the period, on Scott City. It hasn't been a very crisp first half for Scott City, but they do have a 20-point lead here with 2.5 to go first half at 35-15. And now here's Brennan Cook with the steal, and he gets fouled. A holding foul by Sunday, and all Sunday did was prevent a layup for Cook, and that'll be Sunday's second. Coach Chris Chilton will send Tanner Hamilton and Adonis Batman to the line, or to the scores table with 2:29 to go first half. That's team foul number 3 on the Blue Jays this quarter. Out will be Sunday and Colby Wilson, new 35 with 2:29 to go first half. Inbound into Tarango, up top to Casterin. Nice flash to Bailey in the middle of the paint. Just flips it, tried to flip it to Cook, and now with it is Alex Tarango. Nice cut down the middle for Brooks Bailey, misses it too strong, and the rebound into the hands of Trent Briggs for Cimarron. Now with the 3-on-2 numbers left corner, Hamilton 3. It hits the side of the backboard, and Bailey with his 5th board of the half. 2 minutes to go second quarter. Scott City student section letting Hamilton know about that. Tarango now up top it goes. They're working around left side. They'll lob it into Cook, and he'll be pushed in the back that time by Adonis Bettman. That'll be the final foul to give of the period for Cimarron as Bettman picks up his first foul. This is Brady Lowe and Drew Metzger in for the first time. He is a sophomore. Scott City, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players that have checked in the first half. Actually make it 11. They have 15 suited up. And it goes to Brendan Cook in the left corner to Metzger with 1:50 to go second period. Beavers up by 20, 35-15. We've been stuck here for 2 minutes. A lot of, pretty much second unit in except for Alex Tarango. He has it now with a pump fake. Now let's skip it over left side to Metzger into Brendan Cook. Bounce pass up top to Casterin. He'll try a 3. He'll be good on a 3. His 5th 3 of the year, and it's 38-15 with 1:25 to go first half. And Scott City up by 23 here late second quarter. Copper weaves his way around. Cimarron really struggling here as of late, losing 7 in a row, but a nice strong move by Copper, and he draws the 3rd team foul on Scott City the period with 76 seconds remaining. The foul will be charged to Casterin as first. 6 Beavers have scored now in this first half out of 10 that have, or 11, that have checked in. They'll lob it up top, catching it, putting it up too strong. That time was Ramirez, but Copper now with it underneath, and he's going to be fouled, and Wren's going to pick up his 2nd foul and team foul number 4. I believe that'll be a shooting foul as well, and it will be. Copper has 4 points. He is a 76% free throw shooter, so Wren has picked up back-to-back fouls with 69 first half seconds remaining. The girls' sub-state field is set, all but official, according to the records and everything, and Copper the rare miss. Wren exits, Ruelas re-enters. We'll know that the sub-state seedings for both the boys and girls coming up tomorrow. Copper's 2nd charity toss is good. It's 38-16. Breaks about a 4-minute drought for Cimarron. He has 5. Colby Wilson in for Copper. We'll see if he sits the final 69 seconds plus the halftime break here. And now Cimarron is going to apply some full court pressure, but this is a good opportunity here in game 20 to get some of the younger kids for Scott City some varsity competition, kind of a 1-3-1 3/4 court press, looking to trap out of it. Ruelas needs to get it across, and he will not. It'll be a timeout for Coach Brian Gentry. Just a 30 here with 58.3 to go first half. So new look there for Cimarron, and Scott City not recognizing it in time. Basketball presented here by J&R Car and Truck, HRC Feed Yard. Also, Hamey Farms, High Choice Feeders, Great Western Tire, and Deckmart Furniture and Appliance, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services, Fro Electric, Fro Ag Service, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker. It was 19-11 after the first quarter. It's been a 19-5 second quarter run for Scott City. The Beavers win tonight. They would be 16-4. They could go as high as the number 3 seed. Both Norton and Scott City are also 15-4 entering tonight. Holcomb is 15-4. They've got Goodland. Norton is at TMP in the pit there in Hayes. 55 seconds to go first half. Ruelas into the front court. 15 to shoot now. Needs help. Finds it to Tarango. He'll penetrate. Dish it right corner to Fro. But, that's going to be a charge. Tarango's second foul. Scott City's 5th turnover. And now Radke's going to check in with 45.6 to go first half. Not the sharpest of first halves for Scott City, but they do have a 23-point lead. Serving walking tacos, I believe, for kids that are going to go to Europe. They were serving that in the hallway. Didn't see any tacos walk off here in the first half, or in this tonight. 40 seconds to work first half. Cimarron with the ball. They got about 9 seconds to 10 seconds between game clock and shot clock. Colby Wilson uses up his dribble, now finds Trent Briggs at high. Briggs will drive into the paint, dish it left side. Here's Miguel Ramirez, pulls up in the paint and can't get the shot to go. Brendan Cook secures his first board of the night. Shot clock off. 18 seconds to go first half. 22-point Scott City lead. They've led by as many as 23. Drew Metzger gets it stripped and stolen away. And here's going to be a layup for Briggs, and he's got it. 38-18 with 5 seconds to go first half. With 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, half-court heifer is going to be too strong for Avery Radke. Scott City, not a good end of the first half, really. Kind of got a little lackadaisical, but they have a 20-point lead at the break at 38-18. Halftime show comes your way in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
A lot of you seniors have done a lot of things together for a very, very long time. And right now, you are on the downturn of that opportunity. Because after basketball season, you're not going to play together.
Recognize one individual who goes above and beyond making his contributions to our schools and their activities. Our inaugural Contributor of the Year award this year goes to Adam Canavy of Western Kansas. Of Scott City. Thank you, Adam.
Okay, you can go back to something else.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Time here inside the Scott Community Event Center. Adam Cadavy with you. Melody Toscano, student engineer, also on the Beaver Broadcasting Network. I had a little surprise there. Didn't know this going on. They gave me an award here for high school. Did a Contributor of the Year. 15 years, now 16 years. Humbling experience. Thank you to all. And I tell you what, couldn't do it without everybody's support and getting to know everybody, and love this community a lot. 38-18 your halftime score. Scott City with a 20-point lead over the Cimarron Blue Jays. Pretty humbling start to halftime there. But Scott City with a 20-point advantage here at the break. But the Beavers have kind of controlled this game. They were 19-7 run in that second quarter. Didn't look pretty, but there's a lot of different variations of lineups in that second quarter. The 20-point game here at the break at 38-18. Well, I'm not used to having no attention on me, so I'm just trying to regroup here. It's time to get out of that. First half scoring here, first for the Cimarron Blue Jays. 4 points for Adonis Bettman. Thank you. 5 for Trace Copper. He leads the scoring in the first half. 4 for Colby Wilson. 4 for Adonis Bettman, 3 for Cade Sonde, and 2 for Trent Briggs. Cimarron ended up with about 9 turnovers in the first half. We'll get some of their other stats here, but they did have 7 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive boards. They had a couple of steals in that first half. I know Scott City, maybe the focus wasn't there a little bit toward the end of the period. But like I said, a different combination of players not on the same page. That happens, but good opportunity to get some experience for a lot of the others. As for Scott City, Eloy Ruelas, the leading scorer. He has a dozen. He is just 2 off of a season high. He had, I believe that was against Sterling in the Sterling Invitational. 10 for Jackson Rumford. He had 2 fouls in that first half. Also, Caston Wren with a 3-point basket. Alex Tranga with 2. Junior Mesa with 3. Avery Radke had 8 in that first half for Scott City. That was the scoring for the Beavers here. They did have 5 turnovers in the first half, 6 steals. Had 10 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive boards for a total of 14 first half rebounds. Scott City with the lead here of 38-18. Let's step aside here for another 2-minute break. We'll try to come back with some other first half stats and more. And this is Scott City Beaver basketball.
I'm Jacob Harris.
It's the President's Day sales event going on right now at Lot Motors in Dodge City. Now is the perfect time to purchase a 2025 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram truck. Shop in-store or shop online at lotmotors.net and take advantage of great savings during the President's Day sales event all month long. Lot Motors is your largest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck dealer in all of western Kansas, located under the Great American flag on South 2nd Street in Dodge City.
Back here, it is 38-18 for Scott City over Cimarron. Trying to keep an update of some scores across the area as well, and some ones of interest, especially in the league, as a regular season finale here. Scott City with a 20-point lead. Cimarron shot 8 of 17. Both teams shot the ball pretty well in the first half. 8 of 17 for Cimarron. They were 1 of 4 on 3, 7 of 13 on 2s. And from the foul line, they were 1 of 2. Scott City was 16 of 26 for 62%, 6 of 12 on 3s, and 10 of 14 on 2s, and 0 1 at the line. Well, let's see. We're already underway here in the third quarter. Scott City with a 20-point lead. Cimarron to the ball. Copper the reverse layup. He has 7, and it's 38-20. And the Blue Jays the last 5 points of the ball game. 7:45 to go third quarter. Colby leads Hugoton late second quarter. Looks like that's 23-12. They're just underway between Holcomb and Goodland. About halfway through the first quarter, it's 9-4. Into Rumford. Pivots. He has 2 fouls, and he has 12 points. 40-20. 7.5 to go third quarter. As the lead is doubled up by Scott City. With it now right side here is Wilson. Scott City with a regular starting 5 in this third quarter that they have normally started together with. Jackson Rumford, Eloy Ruelas, Alex Tarango, Junior Mesa almost picked up a foul on also Avery Radke, driving in and gets stripped and stolen away. 10 Cimarron turnover. They don't turn the ball over much. They average around 12 a game. And Ruelas trying to continue the hot hand, misses it a little strong on that one, and they got a whistle to tie up. It'll be Scott City's ball in the possession arrow. So Ruelas was going for the season high there. With 6:54 to go third quarter. It'll be inbounded underneath, 27 to shoot. Out high to Mesa for a deep 3 in front of the bench. Too strong, long rebound. And on the run here is Cimarron with it. Almost a travel by Briggs. With 6:45 to go third period. Scott City 0-2 to begin the second half. 40-20, or make that 1 of 3, excuse me. Sonde with it. The regular 5 there for Cimarron. Copper, Wilson, Briggs, Ramirez, and Sonde. 10 to shoot, and a deep 3 for Copper. No, rebound. Jackson Rumford, he's got 6 rebounds tonight. And then thrown away, Scott City with their 6th turnover. Here comes Copper, stumbling, or almost stumbled to look like, and then he throws it right to Rumford. And Blue Jays with another turnover. 2 minutes into the second half, both teams with 2 points apiece and a couple of turnovers apiece. 40-20, Scott City has doubled up the score. They have led by as many as 23 in this ball game. Cimarron had it 18 moments ago. Ruelas will lob it into Rumford, a little bit too far in front of him, and Scott City commits turnover number 7. $5:50 to go third period. 20 points, Scott City lead, a little pressure by Scott City. Now Cimarron into the front court. With it is Trent Briggs. Cimarron, I know, has struggled this year, losing 7 in a row. And they'll throw it away again. But they still fight hard till the end. And Coach Chris Chilton has seen enough and will burn a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 5:35 to go third quarter. 40-20 Scott City. We'll come back in a minute. This is Beaver Basketball.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. Visit us online at scottcf.org.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas. and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
40-20, third quarter. It's going to be Scott City basketball. Holcomb is off to a hot start at home against Goodland, leading 19-10 late first quarter. If Holcomb beats Goodland, the two will share the GWAC championship. Goodland has at least a share of the title. Now the timeout, Scott City with the ball. 5:25 to work third quarter. Rumford up top to Mesa. Now to Alex Tarango. Rumford posting up toward the right block. Now finds a cutting Tarango. Nice dish, assist Rumford. Basket, Tarango, he has 4, 42-20. That's good basketball right there. 5:12 to go, third quarter. Copper with the ball out high. He has 7 of their 20 points. If I do my math right, that's 35% of the scoring for Cimarron. Underneath, they try to get into Sunday, and it's stolen away by Rumford in a turnover. 4:55 to work third quarter. Rumford into the front court, trying to go around Sunday. Spin move in the paint. Bank it off, rebound tip to himself, and now we'll find Mason in the left corner, low pass, but now to Ruelas. So Scott City with another crack at it. Tarango this time for Scott City, 7-3, and about hits every part of the square of the backboard. That's about every part of the rim, and drops in. He has 7 in the last 5, 45-20, 4.5 to go third quarter. Trap in the backcourt. Now that time Briggs has to knock it off of a Beaver. And the clock is continuing to run. I don't know if they realize that. Oh, they stop at 4:17 to go third quarter, 17 to shoot. See, they won't add any time. I'd say that's all right, 45-20. Scott City, the largest lead of the night at 25 in the paint. Now up top, Copper for a deep 3. Oh, it hit the lip of the rim and dropped in. He has 10. His first 3 of the night. 45-23, midway mark of this third quarter. That'll break the 7-0 Scott City run. Ruelas with it up top. Now to Avery Radke. Bailey to check in. Next dead ball now to Tarango. 20 to shoot. Now Copper just steals it right out of the hands of Tarango, and he blocks the shot and 2 free throws. Good job recovering by Tarango. I believe those two played some summer ball together a couple years ago. The same team. But Tarango now with 3 fouls. 3:48 here in the third quarter. Copper at the line for 2. First to 2 is short. If Scott City ends up tied with Holcomb in the sub-state standings, the Beavers do have the tiebreaker because they beat them both times this year. That could be big as well. Second free throw for Copper is good. He hits 1 out of 2. He's 2 of 4 at the line. And it's now 45-24. His last 4, 3:45 to go third quarter. Tarango now Rumford right corner to Brooks Bailey, who just returned the lineup. Now trying to find somebody, and it's threaded through in a turnover number 8, stolen by Cimarron. Copper. Then Tarango had it, or forces a turnover. And if we get a timeout or a tie-up, nope, it'll still stay Cimarron basketball with 3:29 to go third period. 45-24 is your score. Inbound in left corner goes to Colby Wilson up top to Trent Briggs. Now Copper will step in for a deep 2. Short rebound. Another rebound for Rumford. 3:18 to go third quarter. Driving in is Tarango now to Ruelas. He'll launch a 3. Too strong, but right there, Xavier Radke for the rebound and the follow. He has 10. He's the third Beaver in double figures. 47-24, 3:08 to go third quarter. So nice rebound and putback for Radke, the junior with 10. Ruelas, and now a steal. Cimarron with another turnover with 2:55 to go third stanza. Ruelas within the front court. He's 2 off of a season high. Tarango with the hot end in the third quarter continues that. He has 8 in the period. He's the 4th Beaver in double figures. It's a 26-point game with 2:40 to go third quarter at 50-24. Weaving his way into the front court is Trent Briggs, and now goes up top. Now to Trace Copper with it. Copper guarded by Ruelas. Now back it goes as Scott City switches off. Kind of a matchup, it looks like, and now out high to Trent Briggs. 2 Blue Jays, 1 Beaver to check in. That's going to be Brody Steckline in for the first time. He'll be player number 12 inserted in the lineup tonight for Scott City. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the shot clock expires before Copper launches a 3. And Cimarron with another turnover, their 14th of the night. So Brody Steckline in for the first time. He's a 6'1 sophomore, as I mentioned. 12 out of 15 Beavers that are suited up tonight have played. If I do my math right, that's 80%. In for the first time is Matthew Villa, a 5'10 senior for Cimarron. And also Donis Bettman in lineup for the Blue Jays. He has provided a little bit of a spark off the bench. Here's a lob to Rumford from Ruiz, and Rumford with 14, 52-24, 152 to go here in the third period. And Scott City now is on a 14-4 run over the last 6 minutes. Driving in, pulling up in the paint, leaving it short is Briggs, and the rebound to Rumford, close to another double-double. Rumford finds it to Ruelas just barely into the front court. 90 seconds to go third period. Scott City up by 28 here. This lead is all of a sudden ballooned. They are on a 7-0 run as well. They've had a couple of 7-0 runs in between 5 Cimarron points, and Steckline gets it poked away in a turnover. Now the left corner goes to Briggs. Back, almost stolen away. Good defense that time by Tarango. 73 third quarter seconds remain. No fouls on Cimarron in this third quarter. 52-24 on the scoreboard. And now substitution number 13 coming in is going to be the 6'3 sophomore Mickey Gossman. So it's down to the freshmen on the bench that haven't checked in. Aiden Tarango and also Cooper Irvin. As it goes like this, the trajectory of this game, they'll be checking in before you know it. Pull up fadeaway off to the left. Gossman tips it into the hands of Alex Tarango. And then thrown away by Scott City. Boy, the turnover's 10 tonight for the Beavers. 50 seconds to go, third quarter. Copper with it. Goes left side high to Trent Briggs. Junior Mesa to check in next dead ball for Scott City as he heads to the scorer's table. 20 to shoot. Good defense by Tarango out high and almost stolen away. Now with it is Villa up top. Here's Copper, steps back, and he'll stop and go work. And he loses it out of bounds. That was forced by Brooks Bailey, just getting his hand in there, not fouling. And Copper will go out of bounds. Turnover number 15 is Mesa in for Tarango. Shot clock off, 33.8 on the game clock, third period. 52-24 your score. Poor managers on the end of the bench for Scott City. They've got a couple seats. Now here's a Steckline. He scores and one. He gets his first varsity field goal. 54-24 with 22.3 to go. That's on Matthew Villa, his first. Steckline is just 1 of 4 in varsity competition at the line. As it'll be Radke in to replace Ruelas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Beavers have scored tonight. Steckline, as I mentioned, he shot all of his free throws against Hutch Trinity in the Sterling tournament, and he's perfect on that one. 55-24, 22 seconds, the shot clock off. Unless it's under 30, I believe it's going to be a running clock going into the fourth quarter. 10 seconds to go, third period. Copper with it out high, guarded by Mesa with 6. And now goes to Trent Briggs with 3, with 2, with 1. And Cimarron just gets the shot off in time, and it clanks off for Briggs. It's going to be a rolling clock in the fourth quarter. Scott City 55, Cimarron 24. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we offer a full range of products to to boost your farming success. As your locally owned Axis Seed regional company, we offer products to support the health and productivity of your crop. With a wide selection from BW Fusion, Meristem Crop Performance, and Pivot Bio, we have everything you need to protect your crop from abiotic stresses and feed it for top yields. Proudly supporting the Beavers, Red Barn Enterprises is your local partner committed to your crops and community.
And Hugh Benz in Scott City or Leota today to discuss affordable programs, competitive tools, and resources that can benefit your business. Now that's smarter insurance for agriculture. Western Agricultural Insurance Company, an equal opportunity provider.
Make that 4 Beavers in double figures tonight. 14 for Jackson Rumford, 12 for Eloy Ruelas, Avery Radke, and Alex Tarango each with 10 to lead Scott City. Trace Copper for Cimarron. He has 11 in the game to lead the Blue Jays. It's 55-24. We're going to get a rolling clock in the fourth quarter, and it's the senior 5 in for Scott City to begin this fourth quarter. The new one, of course, is Angel Gonzalez, the 5'9 senior, who is yet to score. He has one shot attempt back in the first quarter, but he's in there. Let's see if Scott City can get him the ball here and get on the board here. Holcomb up 25-17 on Goodland with 3:28 to go in the second quarter. That's the one to big one to watch. They'll lob it to Gonzalez. Oh, shoot that, buddy. Oh, he's going to try for the assist instead. Oh, but Rumford misses a layup, and the rebound to Cimarron. 7:45 to go. With it is Copper. He leads Cimarron with 11. Rolling clock, fourth quarter. With it is Miguel Ramirez. Now he uses up a dribble entry, feed the block. Pump fake with the Batman now. Goes over to Briggs up top, Copper. Copper will drive in. Nice dish, but right to Ruelas. And then that is going to be last touch, they'll say, by Ruelas with 13 to shoot. It's rolling clock in the fourth quarter, 7:20 to go. Don't forget, we'll have wrestling reports all day tomorrow on Mix 94.5 from Abilene, the 4A Regional. They got that seated in a pretty good time tonight. I'll have to weigh in. They get a 3-pound allowance. Oh, Bailey almost forced a second turnover, but ended up being knocked off of him instead as number 24 guarding number 24 there. Colby has doubled up Hugoton there. Hugoton's at 14 points with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Copper to inbound it. 6:50 to go, 10 to shoot. Up top of it, here's Trent Briggs. Flips it over to his right here to Miguel Ramirez. Ramirez stripped. 3 seconds. Scott City forces the 16th Blue Jay turnover. Bailey will drive left side. He'll flip it behind his back to Tarango. He'll drive in and will lay it up. Oh, he missed it. And the rebound goes to Cimarron. 6:28 to go. Weaving his way around. Trace Copper up top to Matthew Villa, who's in there. Both teams kind of playing a lot of their seniors here in this fourth quarter. Cimarron boys are likely headed to Goodland. They would have been there anyway. Goodland wins or loses tonight. 13 to shoot as we approach 6 minutes to go. Shot up and banked in. Tough shot that time for Briggs. He has his first basket of the second half. He has 4 in the game. 55-26, 6 minutes to go in this one. Ruelas with the dribble. That was a high right to Brooks Bailey. Didn't get him a score on senior night, but here is Angel Gonzalez. He gets the chant from the student section, driving in Tarango to Bailey. He'll be open for a left side 3. Oh, man, he got in and out, rimmed out. The rebound out high to Ruelas. Turns down the 3. Now back to Bailey. He'll drive in, gets a strip. Rumford saves the possession, tries to muscle it through, and he gets fouled. Running clock, 5:23 to go, and Coach Chris Chilton is going to clear the bench. Second foul on Adonis Batman, 5:16 to go. 2 free throws for Rumford, who has 14 tonight. Leads scoring for the Beavers. And leads all scorers, and he just leaves that a little short. Scott City, nothing for 2 tonight. It'll be Cade Sonde. We'll get all these. Diego Salto in for the first time. He's a 6-foot junior. Asher English in for the first time. He's a 5'6 junior. Tanner Hamilton returns to the lineup. And Colby Wilson stays out there. Second free throw is good for Rumford. He has 15. 56-26, 4:45 to go, fourth quarter. Wilson into the front court, now to Sonde. He has a three-pointer in this ball game. And speaking of they lob it underneath the Sonde backside, and shot might have been partially blocked by Rumford, and the rebound into the hands of Tarango. 4:20 to go in this one. Scott City's going to get to 16-4. There'll be a 3 or a 4 or 5 seed and not pass underthrown and turnover number 11 on Scott City. And then Cimarron will lose it right back out of bounds for their 17th turnover. Both teams a little bit north of their season average of turnovers tonight. Caston Wren to return the lineup. He hit a second quarter 3, and that'll be it for Angel Gonzalez, looks like. On senior night, good effort for him. Now we're going to get another sub in. Metzger in for Ruelas as they're going to substitute the seniors out one by one. Brody Steckline, who had a 3-point play in the third quarter. Stu Chan says, get to the X, or get to the middle of the scorers table. And out will be Brooks Bailey. Aiden Tarango, the 5'6" freshman, in for the first time. Substitute number 14. He's going to check in for his brother. That's fitting on senior night. And substitution number 15 is going to be the freshman Cooper Irvin, and he will replace the big senior Jackson Rumford. 15 suit up, 15 play for the Beavers. 3:15 to go. All that burned off a little bit of more time off the clock. 56-26 Scott City. Aiden Tarango, remember he hit a 3 against Cimarron in the first meeting in the fourth quarter in late game action. Well, on cue, oh, that one rims in and out. He's now 50% on threes. We just heard his varsity shooting percentage there. I say that in joking manner. We had a good look at it under 3 to go. Driving in, the layup is going to be good for Asher English. 56-28, 2:48 to go. With it now is Metzger up top. Cooper Irvin goes to his left. Aiden Tarango now to Brody Steckline. Steckline will drive left. Hangs, tough shot, bounces in. He has 5, 58-28, 2.5 to go, and that is, of course, a new career high for him. Scott City back up by 30. Lob is thrown away in 17th Blue Jay turnover. Left side, here's Caston Wren. Up top, Cooper Irvin ball fake with 2:12 to go. Scott City 58, Cimarron 28. Bounce pass stolen away. 12th Scott City turnover. In transition, the layup is good. Tanner Hamilton on the board, 58-30. Under 2 to go in this one. Scott City trying to get at least to the 60-point mark for the third time in 4 games. Steckline, couple of dribbles. Entry feed here is Irvin. Nice spin move. Puts it up. Oh, he used a little English and one. 60-30 with 1:41 to go. And he scores on the freshman, gets his first career varsity points. The foul on Tanner Hamilton is first. How about that for the young freshman? Free throw in and out. Rebound to Cade Sonde. 60-30, 1:20 to go. 6-5 run for Cimarron in this fourth quarter, but the Beavers hit the 60-point mark for the third time in the last 4 games. Ball deflected but picked up by Colby Wilson. Who they'll play, it's still kind of a crapshoot. Final minute of this one. Hamilton jump stops. Right corner in English 3. No. Rebound. Steckline grabs it, and he'll be fouled. It's really, let's see, it's either going to be Ellsworth, Larned, or Kingman for Scott City here next Friday night. 45 seconds on a running clock. Coach Chris Chilton is going to empty the rest of his bench. He'll bring in Ryan Alvarado. Also in Christian Kennedy. All right, also in there, Justin Keeler, a 5'10 sophomore. I think I got that one. Number 2. Ryan Alvarado, and I believe that, all right, here we go. 17 seconds, shot clock is off. Got Keeler in there. And number 14, that is not Trent Briggs. Okay, that's number 10, excuse me. That is Ethan Sonde, a 6'1 sophomore. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, loosed out of bounds by Scott City, and that's going to be all she wrote. Senior night win for Scott City, a senior night sweep in dominating fashion, 60-30 over the Cimarron Blue Jays. Scott City is 16-4 on the year. They will finish third in the league at 8-4. The most wins they've had in league play since the 2014-15 season. Cimarron will finish the year 4-16, and they finish 0-12 in conference play. We'll have our post-game coverage come your way in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.